Check.
Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2. Check.
A beautiful place to watch some hockey with Ethan Graham. I am Shane Dazen, and we are getting ready for action tonight against the Pitt Panthers. We saw these two meet up last year, Ethan. Ohio got the sweep. Coming into tonight's action, Pitt is 15-8. Ohio is 18-7-1. And we're going to break it down for you all here on the Bobcats Hockey pregame show. Ethan, last week we saw Ohio at home against Iowa State. They split that series. Won on Friday night 5-0. Lost on Saturday 5-4. What did you like from the Bobcats coming out of the break, losing that series against Lindenwood, being able to rebound and get a win on Friday night?
Yeah, it was a big win Friday night, like you mentioned, the 5-0 shutout over the Cyclones. This is an Ohio team looking for a bit of an identity right now. Last 6 games, just 3-3. Doesn't sound so bad, but what we're used to seeing here is just several wins in a row. So this is a team looking for a bit of identity right now. A couple of tough losses to Lindenwood, able to come out, beat Iowa State 5-0 on Friday night, but tough game on Saturday night, 5-4 loss. Gonna have to have a quick start here tonight.
And Jimmy Thomas gets the shutout in that Friday night victory. Gianni Evangelisti, he had 3 points over the weekend. Garrett Elmore, 3 points in that Friday night contest. Ohio with a 4-3 lead early on in the third period Saturday, not able to get the job done. Iowa State comes back to grab the game, but no matter. Coach Hogan gets back to the drawing board, looking forward to a good contest tonight against a Pitt team that is trying to defy expectations.
Yeah, Pitt's playing really good hockey right now. They've played several games away from home. They've won 5 games in a row, all on the road. They're 15-8, but they're definitely a beatable team. Very winnable game for Ohio here on a big weekend. It's police weekend. It's Hockey Hall of Fame weekend. Students are back. It's a big weekend of hockey here at Bird Arena, and Ohio's going to try and keep it simple. They're just going to try and go right down the middle of the ice, Shane.
And as you mentioned, that it is the 60th anniversary weekend at Bird Arena here. We're going to have a couple Hall of Famers get enshrined, if you will, and that's going to be a special ceremony tomorrow night. We will give you more as that news comes, but looking forward to tonight's contest for the Bobcats. They're not going to change too much up here tonight. Short lineup as usual. Couple guys out, a couple guys back in. Tom Picorni making his fourth start of the season on defense for the Bobcats. Nice to have him back. First time we saw him here.
Yeah, this is the first broadcast that Tom will be on. Out the first semester, was suspended, but is back here ready to make an impact, and they need him right now, especially with Tom Evans leaving. They need defensemen to step up. Tom will certainly look to do that. Good two-way defenseman, don't you think?
Yep, Tom has been good when he has been called upon. And the other Tom Evans, as you just mentioned, will not be coming back this semester due to personal reasons. We'd like to wish him the best in all his future endeavors. We hope that we hear his name and see him around town sooner rather than later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Real class guy who's played some good hockey. Wish Tom Evans and his family nothing but the best.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tom. Great time here in Athens. We're certainly going to miss calling your name. But as we look forward to the Bobcats lineups here tonight, on the first line, Gianni Evangelesti will center Timmy Turneau and Mike Palasic. What do you like from that line?
Well, Evangelesti's a little banged up right now, going through some shoulder problems. I was here about 6, a little before 6 tonight. Evangelesti, first guy on the ice, working on his stick handling, looking like the same old Gianni. He got to come out to practice one day this week. He's looking a little sore, moving around a little slow, kind of taking it easy in practice, but expect to see him turn it up, this weekend. I mean, he's still producing. He's a little banged up, but who isn't this time here? Mike Palasic, we've seen him move into more of a scoring role this season. Started out hot, looking to regain the goals, but certainly making some differences on the score sheet.
Yeah, Mike
Turneau's playing good hockey too. Really, that whole line's playing really good hockey right now.
Timmy Turneau with 2 points last weekend and a goal and an assist. He gets the nod on the top pairing with those two guys, as you just mentioned. Gianni Evangelesti, 32 points, leads all Bobcat scores. Mike Palasic with 10 goals on the season. He is looking very nice. Number 28 is on the second line. Brian Lubin centering Matt Rudin and Tyler Harkins. What do you like from those guys?
Yeah, grit and grind. You will get out of this line. Talked to Tyler Harkins a lot this week. Saw him in the hallway this morning. Very excited, ready to go for tonight. He always is. Great work ethic from number 22. And he's stepped up to scoring this year as well, really put in a lot of time in the offseason. He's seeing it come in the way of points, second on the team, like you mentioned. Lubin, obviously, physical guy, really solid presence in the face-off dot, solid defensive center, really maintains a good stance in the middle of the ice. And Matt Rudin, he's suddenly, quietly, a point-a-game guy. Missed a lot towards the beginning of the season, but 20 points in 20 games for number 27.
Yeah, certainly happy to have Matt Rudin back. He is a real difference maker. Probably the Bobcats' real lone sniper. He looks to get those goals. He's not shy about taking the shot, and Matt Rudin is going to be relied upon to here tonight with the short lineup. Looking forward to the third line, Cody Black centering Gabe Lampron and Garrett Elmore. Elmore, as we mentioned last week, with 3 points. Look for him to contribute some more tonight. Cody Black, a whopping 5 assists last weekend against Iowa State. He's facing his hometown team in Pitt, number 18 there from Pittsburgh. What do you think Cody Black can do to get to that next level here tonight, get himself some more goals?
Well, I think he's definitely going to come out motivated. Like you said, probably knows a lot of these guys, played with a lot of these guys in high school. And I look for Cody to distribute the puck more. He's got Lampron and Elmore, who quite frankly have surprised me this year in the amount of goals they've been able to score. So I think Cody Black is fitting into that role nicely, that distributing center. It's two really good wings that have been able to score some goals this season, especially lately. 3
goals last year for number 18, Mr. Black. We'll see if he can rekindle some of that magic here tonight against the Panthers. Looking on for the rest of the line here, Zach Frank, Drew Crandall, going to be playing some fourth-line minutes, maybe sprinkled in with the rest of those guys. What do you think that they bring to the table? I think a guy like Crandall is really tenacious. He has found a niche on this team, and Coach Hogan relies upon him so heavily.
Yeah, he's a gritty, grindy guy, certainly not able to go below the goal line, check behind the net, really do the dirty things that are required to win hockey games here in the ACHA. But he also has decent hands, too. I know he's able to score some goals. But Zach Frank, for my money, him and Lubin, take your pick, are the best face-off guys on this team. I mean, Frank he's only 5'10", but he's a big body, he wins the majority of his face-offs. Also, let me in through the locker room this evening. Thanks for Zach for letting me in.
What a nice guy Zach is. Kyle Craddock still on the lineup with a hernia injury. We will keep you updated about when he will return, hopefully very soon. On the defense, we have Jake Houston and Grant Hazel, a real money pairing on that top unit for Coach Hogan. Those guys, you can't really say too much about them. Honestly, we could probably save you the words.
Yeah, we pretty much said it all about them if you followed our broadcast with any sense of regularity this season. But kind of a mixed match in terms of size, at least. Houston only 5'10", plays like he's about 6'4", though. Really likes to throw the body around. We've seen Jake do a lot of good things on the offensive side of the puck this year, especially on the power play, but still a good defensive defenseman as well. And Hazel, speaking of defensive defenseman, he is that guy, one of the most feared defensemen in the ACHA. Big hitter, huge shot, 90, 100 miles an hour if he really steps into it. I mean, look out, physical pain.
Yeah, 4 of 5 on the power play last weekend. Grant Hazel got one of those. He had 2 in total. Jake Houston with 2 assists. We'll see if those guys can contribute some more points on the back end. On the second pairing, Tom Picorni will step up and play with senior captain Jake Fiella. What do you like from that match? We haven't seen those guys together in our tenure here.
No, we've seen Fiella play with just about everyone this season. I think that's a vote of confidence for the other 5 or 6 defensemen, whatever it is, for Bobcats head coach Sean Hogan. And
yeah, they're interchangeable, I guess you could say.
Yeah, exactly. I think letting guys like Tom and who hasn't played a lot of games this year, and back when Tom Evans was here, not playing a lot of time, and plugging him in with Fiella, kind of taking guys with him, saying, "Here we go. This is how we do things." Great leader. Number 17, I like that pair a lot. It's hard to play bad hockey when you're out there with number 17.
Yep, and to round it out, Nick Gross, Sean Bayard, that 5 and 6. I think the Bobcats really are balanced in that they have a offensive defenseman flanking the left side in every single unit, and they've got a defensive defenseman flanking the right side. Sean Bayard, a physical specimen.
Yeah, Sean Bayard, very, very aggressive here. Definitely not afraid to mix it up. Sometimes we see him go off to the Bobcats locker room, say a couple things to the bench, exchange pleasantries. But physical guy, probably end up in the box a little bit tonight. Nothing wrong with that. Nick Gross, like you said, good defensive presence, great shot. We've seen him snipe a few home this season.
Yep, Nick Gross, he has done very well. Goals in his last 3 games. We'll see if he can keep the streak going. They're going to be in front of goaltender James Thomas, number 30, 17, 7-1 on the year, making his 25th straight start.
Yeah, an absolute workhorse. Jimmy Thomas is kind of going through a rough patch these last couple games, looking to get it back going tonight. It's a great opportunity to do it. It's going to start with those 5-6 defensemen you just talked about in front of him.
Yep, it's going to have to be a total team effort, totally what Sean Hogan wants from his unit. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to break down Pitt's roster, some keys to the game, and some players to watch out for here on the Ohio Bobcats Hockey pregame show. And we are back here, folks. About 10 minutes until puck drop. Pitt coming into Ohio tonight to play the Bobcats. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Pitt 15-8 on the season, facing a very challenging task at hand, playing the Bobcats. They came in here last year, got swept 8-0 one night, or excuse me, 9-0 one night, 8-4 the next. So they certainly have their hands full with these Bobcat scores. What is Pitt going to have to do tonight to limit the Bobcats' opportunities, keep them off the board, and find a way to win?
I think it starts with taking away the middle of the ice. You know, the one day I did get to go out to practice this week, Ohio is really focusing on not doing anything simple, just coming right down the middle of the ice. Sean said that on the coaches' show too, how they're just going to try and come work the puck D to D and then just come right down the middle, nothing special. So if you're Pitt, just try and take away the middle of the ice, maybe force scoring chances out to the wings outside of the face-off stats, if possible. Another thing I will look for these Pitt Panthers is their defensive scoring. They have a pair of defensemen who've been playing good hockey lately. How about Derek Lesnack? 2 assists last weekend. Good hockey from him. He'll be out there to start the game for Pitt. And Matt Lyons as well, goal and assist last weekend for number 17. So if Pitt has the puck at the blue line, they're probably going to be looking to put it on.
Yep, and you can't forget about Jake Teep, the rookie defenseman for the Panthers. 17 points in 17 games, a point-a-game defenseman. Rare to come by in the ACHA. The Bobcats have one of their own in Jake Houston. Certainly nice to have on your side. But when you look at what Pitt is able to do, they really have balanced scoring throughout the lineup. 8+ guys with 10+ points. Led up front by no other than Daniel Mers. Had 2 goals last year when he came into Athens, Ohio and Bird Arena. Had 49 points on the season, and he has doubled it up again this year. He has really led the Panthers in scoring, kind of both on and off the ice, been that integral leader for a young Pitt team. 14 goals, 7 assists on the year for Mers, and he is flanked by another talented player, some guy that I know very, very well, J.D. Oddie. Used to play high school hockey against him back in Pittsburgh. But J.D. Oddie with 11 goals, 8 assists on the year. That makes for a very difficult pairing to try to limit. What do the Bobcats need to do to keep those guys off the score sheet tonight?
I think similarly they have to take away in the middle of the ice, but something I look for Ohio to do is be physical. You know, we have these balanced defensive pairs. Some guys are more offensive centered, some guys are more defensive centered. But the parallelism between all the defensive pairs is the physicality. Ohio's defensemen are not afraid to throw the body around, take some penalties, and really try to get Pitt off the puck.
Yep. Craig Mazzata also playing pretty well for the Panthers. He will be on that left wing on the first line, 17 points on the year, a career high, 11 goals. Good on you, Craig, having a nice season himself. Matt Snyder and net for the Panthers. 12-4 on the season, 9/11 save percentage, 238 goals against. He has been impressive.
Yeah, Matt Snyder going to have a huge series this weekend. He's certainly going to face a lot of shots, something we're very used to seeing. Snyder will be tested here early and often, but an outstanding 238 goals against average, like you mentioned. Part of the reason why Pitt's won 5 in a row coming into this game. Yep,
Pitt winners of their last 5, looking to make it 6 here tonight. I think that special teams is definitely going to play a big role in this game. As we mentioned, Ohio getting back to its roots on the power play, scoring 4 goals last weekend. They're clicking in at about 20% heading into tonight's contest. Pitt about 17.8, so not too far of a discrepancy between the two, but Pitt's penalty kill, not very good this year, 78%. Certainly could improve upon those numbers. If Ohio is looking for an advantage, it might be when they're up a guy.
Yeah, certainly. We have seen them be inconsistent on the power play this year. Ohio, that is, but they're going to look to draw some penalties. Don't think that they don't know that that's an area that they can take advantage of. Just keep the legs moving, hopefully get a couple opportunities with the man advantage.
Yep, it is going to be special, folks. Pitt, as we said, starting lineup tonight, right winger Brett Odeker getting the nod on the first line. Daniel Mers centering that first line. Mazzata on the left. Lesnack on defense. He is flanked by Joseph Rodolfi, and in net is Matt Snyder. We are going to send it down to the ice really quick for the announcement of the starting lineups and the playing of the national anthem.
Joseph Rodolfi. wing, number 27, Craig Mazzata. At right wing, number 6, Brett Oldeker. At center, number 24, Daniel Mers. And in goal, number 29, Matt Snatter. Pitt is coached by Stu Rolnick, with assistants Dean Laskios and Jerry Betts. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get agitated and make some noise for your Ohio offense! Starting at left defense from Pittsburgh, Ohio, number 11, Jay Houston. And right defense from the best of the Midwest, Dayton, Ohio, number 3, Grant Hazel. At left wing from Parma, Ohio, number 28, Mike Polasic. At right wing from Westchester, Ohio, number 16, Timmy Turnow. At center from Dublin, Ohio, number 7, Gianni Evangelisti. And in goal for the Bobcats from Waterville, Ohio, number 30, Jimmy Thomas. Your Bobcats are coached by Sean Hogan, with assistant coaches Ian Smith and Michael Harris. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ice, Officer Zach Hahn for tonight's puck draw. Zach is here with Ohio University.
And there you have it, folks. We are about set to start some hockey here in Athens. Ethan Graham, my color guy, flanking me to my left. We got Jake talking in the background. A packed crowd here tonight for Ohio's 60th anniversary celebration. We saw that puck drop, and we are here, and it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it's good to be back, isn't it? It's a good crowd in here tonight. Looks to be pretty full. A number of big things going on this weekend. But tonight's officials, Blair Bigwood, Garrett Gadosh, and Dan Morris.
Not the former Bobcats hockey head coach Dan Morris, unless he has found an exciting post-career. I'm not sure if we have affirmation about that or not. It doesn't look like him. But nonetheless, both teams will line up at center. Mers squaring off against Mike Polasic, and Mers getting the better of that draw, taking the face-off out and into the Bobcat zone. That is Mazzata with the puck. He stops and starts. Picked off by Polasic, and he'll go the other way with it. Tied up by Rodolfi. Up top again to Grant Hazel. Shot by Hazel. Kicked away by Snyder, and back out to the hash.
Something Bobcats head coach Sean Hogan talked about a lot this week was starts. Ohio wants to start fast, really take Pitt out of this game before they can get in it, Shane.
Shot toward the center of the ice, picked off by Turnell, and he will leave it for Hazel. Up to Evangelisti, and he'll pause at the red line and send it back for Houston, who will lead the charge into the zone. Houston driving toward the net. Played away nicely there by Pitt's captain, number 12, Joseph Rodolfi. Chipped up to the blue line and collected by Matt Rudin. He'll dump it back low once more. And Pitt, with a nice play off the boards, will finally get it out of the zone. Coming along for Pitt is Teep, and he is denied at the top of the zone by Jake Fiella. Tripped up and going the other way with it are the Panthers. They will dump it in, and Jimmy Thomas will safeguard it behind his own end.
Someone fans are going to want to keep an eye on early in this game is Gianni Evangelisti. Shane, he's had a lingering shoulder injury. Looked a little slow in practice at times this week, but we'll be sure to look at how he's doing early in this game.
Play interrupted there by Harkins, and that puck will find its way out of the zone on a second attempt. We'll get an ice down low, and we'll take it back into Snyder's end. 18:22 on the clock, an early 1-0 shot advantage for the Bobcats. They've had the better of the Panthers for the first minute and a half, and we'll see if the third line can do some more of that as Cody Black lines up to take the draw.
Yeah, a sloppy breakout on that last shift from Pitt almost resulted in an Ohio turnover and a scoring chance.
Elmore pressured by Antill down low, and Elmore will collect the puck again, turn around with it, and bank it off back to Gross. Shot by Gross, and we have a rebound. Saved by Snyder. That will kick back out, and Pitt will take it back into the Bobcats zone. Dumped in there by number 13, Alec Bosnick. And Ohio will have to regroup.
It's good playmaking by Elmore right there, going back the other way now.
Cody Black with a shot in the middle of the slot. A great opportunity for number 18. He'll send it wide, and Pitt will safely dump it back to neutral ice.
That's that middle of the ice strategy we were talking about in our pregame, Shane. How Ohio's not going to try and do anything special. They're just going to come and try right down the middle. And Cody Black, good scoring chance there, doing just that.
Pressure by Evan Oakley down low. A skirm down in the corner, and Oakley retrieves the puck, kicked back out to the middle of the ice and picked up by the Bobcats defense. Moved up to Grandel, and he'll have a shot gloved low on the ice by Snyder for a whistle.
Never a bad play to put the puck on the net, Shane, but something we should tell fans is how these two teams don't really like each other so much. Last year when these teams got together, there was a line brawl that actually broke out, so I'm sure the referees are aware of this and might be quick with the whistles at times today, try and really maintain control of this game.
And there are a lot of inner rivalries within this rivalry itself. A slew of Bobcats who are from Pittsburgh probably have played with these guys or played against these guys before. So no love lost between the two sides as we get another whistle here.
Yeah, Pittsburgh area hockey thriving here. We see a lot of teams around the ACHA, specifically the CSCHL, have a lot of guys from Pittsburgh and the state of Pennsylvania.
Credit Sidney Crosby for that. Hockey was just about dead in the city before the next great one came and saved the day. We've been very fortunate to have some real superstars who have really molded the game of hockey in the city. And it's nice to see that that extrapolation is seeping all the way into the ACHA. Speaking of Pittsburgh, Houston will keep that one in at the blue line. Down low is Rudin. He'll circle the wagon. Back up top for a shot by Grant Hazel. Tipped out front and sent to the corner. Swept behind for Crandall and played on by Zach Frank. He will direct one toward the net, and it'll ricochet off and skittle out of the zone.
I thought there was really good patience on that last shift right there by number 27, Matt Reardon, to wait, hesitate, make the correct pass.
Played on by Lobig. Back to center and no further as Mike Pulasic picks it off and walks back into the Panthers' end. And he will chase his own puck down in the corner. Left for Evangelisti. Back to Pulasic. And a shot by Hazel as he picks up the loose biscuit. Hazel with it once more. One-time attempt. Shot there by Houston. Puck is loose. And the Panthers are able to clear it.
a lot of scoring opportunities coming from the blue line. Houston and Hazel, Ohio University's two best defensemen, at least statistically speaking, in terms of scoring. A couple of good opportunities right there.
18 points and 17 points respectively for that first pairing. Certainly going to be relied upon heavily in this weekend's contest and for the remainder of the season. You love to have those offensive defensemen up top facilitating the play from the blue line.
I think Evangelista might have just taken a stick up high there. It's a little slow to get back in the neutral zone in that last shift.
And Jake Fael almost took off Mike Palasik's head there right at the top of the blue line as he tried to fire that puck back in. We'll have an offsides play and a whistle out behind the blue line.
Going to have to keep your head up tonight. A wide open game. A lot of rushes early, a lot of long passes.
Matt Lyons plays catch with his man up top. That is number 22, Keaton Hanna. Hanna stripped of the puck by Timmy Turneau, and the Bobcats will rely on their forecheck here. That is Palacic taking a tumble with Rodolfi down in the corner. Evangelisti watches on as the puck comes to McCorney's stick. Shot there, tipped by Rodolfi behind Snyder. And the Panthers will get it to the top of the zone again. Another shot by Tom McCorney. Sails wide right. And a stretch pass gets the puck out. That was Greco, unable to receive it outside Pitt zone. Puck dumped back in and played on by Lions once more.
Neither of those shots hitting the net off the stick of number 4. Tom McCorney is that one. Goes out of play. Hopefully everyone's all right. But never a bad play to just throw the puck back on net, or at least attempt to. A shot attempt is what we like to call that. And resulted in a little bit of sustained time in the zone there.
And you got to get the feeling that McCorney has a little bit of a trigger finger right now. Hasn't played for the first semester. Finally back in the lineup for Coach Hogan. Probably pretty eager to find the back of the net.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope, you'd love to see the hunger, the intensity, and the will to compete. And that's what Coach Hogan's all about. We have another whistle here as that puck is deposited into the Bobcats bench. Out for Ohio is the second line of Lubin, Rudin, and Harkins. Countering for Pitt is Max Milan at center. Alec Bosnick on the wing. And number 8, Michael Karazi. Sean Bayard with a fan sweep attempt behind his own net. He'll leave it for Brian Lubin. And the breakout starts for the Bobcats through the legs of number 10. And back up top to Harkins. Nice pass from the back end. Harkins with a shot wide and a rebound to the stick of Matt Rudin. He will direct one toward the net. Picked up again by the Bobcats. Bayard out top. Dumps one down low. Wraps around the boards and leaves one for Lubin. Shot there. Squeezed by Matt Snyder. Short side.
We see Ohio using their speed a lot early, especially in their own zone. A lot of good passes in open lanes coming from utilizing that speed in their own zone. Really not afraid to explore that offensive zone are the Bobcats.
And just about 6 minutes into the action, it was interesting to hear what Coach Hogan had to say as a shot kicked out by Snyder. Had to say on the show the other night about the first 5 minutes with this team. He usually knows within the first 5 minutes whether or not the Bobcats are going to come out and compete and get a win, or whether or not they're looking a little slow and might fall on their faces. But it was really interesting to hear that because you've seen them come out in this first 5 minutes and have really looked hungry.
Yeah, the first 6 or so minutes, 13:44 remaining here in the first shot, 7-0. Pitt really hasn't had anything going in front of Jimmy Thomas down the other end of the ice.
Face off one on by Black, and he will take the puck in his stick behind the net. Left one out front for Elmore. He tried to tuck that at the crease, unable to do so. Houston with the puck, skating through a mirage of Pitt's players. And Odeker picks it up in the neutral zone. Shot there low, kicked away by Thomas, and played back out of the Bobcat zone. Brett Odeker with some game-changing speed as he entered the zone there. Got a low shot off. Thomas was there for the save.
Yeah, not the worst thing ever to happen to Ohio. Let Jimmy feel the puck a little bit. Almost 6 minutes into this game.
Shot 7-1 in favor of the Bobcats. A discrepancy to be sure. We'll see if Pitt can counter that as Odeker takes it at the red line and fires it on in. Houston finds a man in the zone. That was Tyler Harkins. Shot there by Crandall. Save by Snyder. Harkins out there and no man's land at center ice. If he could have turned with that puck there, he might have had an opportunity to beat those D-men.
Yeah, a great touch pass, though. Just keep the play going. went from one end of the ice to the other in just seconds. I was going to have to continue to do that, utilize their speed. Good stuff.
Frank wins the draw to Crandall. McCorney keeps it in the zone. And it comes to the half board there, picked up by number 11, Derek Lesnak. The Bethel Park native have played against him as well, Ethan, back in Pittsburgh. So I know a lot about him. Number 11 is a physical defenseman. Looking for him to step up a lot here tonight as Fiala squeezes one by him. Lesnak backhands one up to Rodolfi. Settled ahead and back into pit zone. Rodolfi turns around with it once more. Crandall interferes. And Tom McCorney has the puck poked by him into the zone. Is Hanna. Shot by Hanna. Saved by Thomas. Loose puck. And we'll get a whistle here as the net comes off its moorings. That was Teep flying on in behind number 22 for the Panthers, Keaton Hanna. Almost a quality scoring opportunity for Pitt as Jimmy Thomas had to be on his toes there.
Yeah, net thankfully comes off. Good pressure by Baird there to keep the player in front of him. And I think he might have blocked that shot. I'm not sure.
Well, they'll take whatever they can get as long as it's not a goal. 8-2 are the shots now. Pitt with a couple plays here in the last minute or so that shows that they are alive and beating here tonight. Signs of life to be certain. And it is going to be a back and forth contest here. The game will probably be won or lost in the neutral zone. So we'll see how these breakouts go and who's able to capitalize on those fleeting scoring opportunities.
Ohio definitely doing a good job of taking away the middle of the ice right now. We saw Drew Crandall make a play a couple shifts ago. Looked like Pitt had some numbers, but just push him along the wall there.
Into the zone is Karazi, and we've got a yard sale here as the stick goes flying to the other side for Tano, and he'll whiff on that clearing attempt. The Bobcats will have to regroup behind their net. Up for Pulisic on the left half wall, and ahead to Gianni Evangelesti.
No surprise there, that stick flying off a huge hit from Sean Baird, showing the third shoulder.
Timmy Tano pokes one toward the net. A kind of half-hearted attempt to get it there, and he saw that Snyder wasn't hugging that post, almost had an opportunity, but like you mentioned, a physical game so far.
Saw Dan Morris come flying in there like a bat out of you-know-where to interrupt that scrub. Definitely evident that these referees are going to want to keep control of this game. Chippy game so far.
Mers faces Mike Pulisic, and the Bobcat centerman will get the better of number 24. One on and played behind the net. Evangelisti with a touch pass back to Pulisic. Up top again to Hazel. Pulisic with the puck at the hash will send it low again for Gianni Evangelesti. Stolen by Mers, and up ahead for Odeker. Nice pass in the neutral zone. And number 6 will stop and start as Jake Houston takes the puck away from him. The Bobcats, after some confusion, have it at their stick once more. Out of the zone goes Evangelisti, and with speed. He will take it wide, look to center one. Hazel couldn't backhand it, and the Panthers have a man in behind Houston. That is Mers. Shot by Mers. Big save there by Thomas. Brett Odeker can't clean up the garbage as JT makes the acrobatic save on Daniel Mers.
Yeah, Ohio not scared to get 4 or 5 guys about halfway deep in the zone. But if they do that, they're going to give up some opportunities. There's one right there.
Topiconi trips over the blue line, creates some confusion there as the Panthers exit the zone. Finally into Ohio's end, and they will lose the puck to captain Jake Fiala. Picked up at the hash and played back towards center of the ice. Lubin will intercept and lead a breakout. In behind Lobig goes Lubin. He will challenge Lesnak, number 11, with a nice move around Brian Lubin to get that puck out of the zone. Dumped back in by the Bobcats at the red line.
A great pressure by Rudin there. That puck looked like it was going to be sent out. Rudin able to get in the lane and keep it in.
Corney with the puck at his stick. He will deposit to Fiala. Shot there, and another rebound opportunity for the Bobcats, picked up by Rudin and left for Brian Lubin. Back up top to Picorni and over to Fiala. He cannot keep the puck in.
Yeah, Lubin got his stick on that, was able to deflect it almost on net.
Rudin with some time and space will decide to dump that puck in for Cody Black. Black chases on as Lobig extends that left hand to try to move that puck ahead. Instead, the Panthers will go the other way with it. Lesnak high off the glass and back to the neutral zone for a Bobcats regroup. Stolen there by Greco, and number 10, Mike Greco, with a backhand shot high off of Jimmy Thomas's shoulder, kick behind the net and out of the zone. Pitt now with 4 shots on net, the Bobcats 8. We are more than halfway through this first period, and both teams are starting to find their niche here as this game is becoming a little bit more fast-paced.
Yeah, Pitt's starting to slow the pace down just a little bit. Ohio really looking to get the puck deep.
We see Bird Arena Rex making his rounds through the crowd. Nice to have you back again, Mr. Rex. Watching a very competitive game here as Garrett Elmore blows up a defenseman behind the zone. Shot there off the post. Could have been for Gabe Lampron. He turned around at the goal line in the corner and fired one on. Almost made it past Matt Snader. Grant Hazel off the boards, back to Zach Frank. A diving attempt by the Bobcats' fourth line center. Unsuccessful, and Pitt will get it back into the Bobcat zone. Crandall with a puck at his stick, and he will carry it for Ohio. Stops and starts, takes a late hit there by Mers. Nothing doing for Crandall as he heads toward the net. Matt Rudin loses the puck to Pitt, and they go out of the zone with it. That is number 27 for the Panthers, Craig Mazzata, around Jake Houston and to the corner. Facing pressure by Crandall, and he will keep chug-a-lug-lugging. Leaves it for Odeker, and he will lose the puck as he tried to regroup in this O-zone there. Pitt will have to try once more.
Yeah, Matt Rudin's been everywhere in this period. Another takeaway right there for Matt. A couple of good scoring chances. He's had the puck on his stick all night in the offensive zone. Making some good defensive plays, too.
Odeker comes out of the corner with that, sends one on net. Jimmy Thomas makes the save, but he loses his stick in the process. He gets it back from teammate Tom Picorni. And Ohio will take a penalty here as Mike Pulisic touches the puck for the whistle. Looks as though it's going to be Gianni Evangelisti hitting to the box for the Bobcats. And Pitt's first opportunity on the power play tonight, as we mentioned in the pregame, clicking in at 17.8% on the season. Ohio's penalty kill just a shade above 86%. So credit Ohio in this situation, though you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, big kill fear for Ohio early in this game. They've dominated much of this first period. You figure if they give up one right here, it would definitely hurt a lot.
It would open the doors for the Panthers, to be certain. And as we mentioned in the offset, too, Pitt has got some really balanced scoring. So a number of guys could be tagged to try to find the back of the net for the Panthers. Right now, they will employ 5 of their own here, and all 5 enter the zone, led by number 12, Joe Rodolfi. Played up top to Bosnick, and a shot there by Bosnick. Through traffic, back out to the hash, and up top once more for the Panthers. And a big save there by Thomas on the shot from the point by Antil. Played on by the Panthers once more. Antil with the puck, directs one through the middle of the ice. And Jimmy Thomas was there for the kick out to the corner.
Pitt getting some good traffic in front of the net now. We see those scoring opportunities coming from the point on this power play.
Dolphy back up to Bosnick. Centers one once more. And a big save there by Thomas at the lip of his crease.
That was deflected twice, Shane. Pitt putting all 3 guys, all 3 forwards down low in front of Thomas. Hope of deflections. It's 2 on that play and another one earlier in this shift. Thomas really bailing the cats out right now as Pitt's nearly caught up in shots. Ohio just leading 9-8 now with 5 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the first period.
Pitt has a very clear agenda here on this power play. Get that puck up to your defenseman, create traffic out in front, and try to get one through low in the slot. They've been successful at getting the attempts, unsuccessful at getting one by Thomas, but with 35 seconds remaining on the power play, the Panthers with the puck, we will see if they can make some noise here. Another shot there from the point Saved there by Thomas on Mers. Puck clicks around there. Might have banged off a post. And it comes to the corner. We'll get a whistle.
We've seen Jimmy Thomas make some ridiculous saves just about 15 minutes into this game. The sliding pad stop right there from Thomas.
Jimmy Thomas making his 25th straight start tonight. The peripherals are really good for the kid. 17-7-1, 220 goals against. He has been a showstopper for the Bobcats.
A solid rock in net when Ohio does make rare mistakes on defense. Jimmy's there to bail him out more times than not.
Great clearance there by Brian Lubin. That will probably do it for the penalty. 3 seconds remaining on the clock, and the Bobcats out of the zone. That is Tyler Harkins interrupting Michael Greco and his procession through the neutral zone. Nice diving save there by Nick Gross, kicking that leg out to keep that puck away from Jimmy Thomas.
Yeah, broke up a nice 2-on-1 here. Here comes Pitt again.
Shot there, sent wide by number 21, Michael Klina. And a save by Thomas for another whistle here. 4 minutes and change remaining in the period. 0-0 is the score. Shots 9-8 in favor of the Bobcats, but Pitt has certainly held their own here.
Ohio looks like a different team the second half of this period, kind of getting away from their game a little bit. First half, saw them really putting pucks on net, taking away the middle of the ice. Pitt playing some good hockey right now. They're staying in it, making Jimmy Thomas be the best player on the ice right now. I think he certainly is.
And a false start there on the draw. Blasics and Daniel Mers engaging each other at center ice. One on by the Bobcats, Mike Blasics, and out of the zone. Or will it be? Yes, it will. As Gianni Evangelesti took a second there to collect that puck. He will have to try that once more as the Bobcats are back buried behind the goal line again in their defensive zone. Sean Baird with the breakout up to Evangelisti. A nice move there by number 7, almost around a couple Pitt defenders, unable to squeak through the scrum. And Ohio is back at neutral ice here as they look to regroup and get back in the zone again. That is Lubin as he walks in. Shot there by McCorney, chunked to the corner for number 10, Brian Lubin. And the puck has been magnetic at times in the Bobcats' offensive zone. Sometimes it's just real hard to knock it off these guys' sticks.
Yeah, this line in particular playing really well right now, Shane. That is the Harkins, Lubin, and Rudin combination.
Beautiful skating there by Tyler Harkins as he surveys his options and sends it down low for Matt Rudin. And he's pressured behind the net. Puck loose and back on number 27's stick as Rudin comes out with it. Played on by Odeker and flipped to the blue line and no further. Nice keep by Jake Fiala. He'll head to the bench. The Bobcats will take Grant Hazel and throw him on the ice as Pitt finally gets it out of the zone. That is Brett Odeker with speed through the neutral into Ohio's end and stopped about halfway through as the Bobcats take it up and regroup once more. Tyler Harkins over to Cody Black in the slot, tripped up left for Grant Hazel, shot wide, back to Hazel's stick and dumped down low for Matt Rudin again. Matt Rudin been out here for a while.
Yeah, Ohio finally is establishing themselves in the offensive zone here the last 2 shifts. Almost one put on net there.
Digging the loose puck out was Karazi, and it will go into the penalty box there, the scores table, looks like, for a whistle. 2 minutes even on the clock. You could call this Ohio's 2-minute drill, if you will. What do they need to do in these last 2 minutes to squeak one by Snyder and take a lead into that first intermission?
Well, it would be a huge goal, obviously. Any goal last 2 minutes of a period is big, but I like what they've done the last couple of shifts, really skate around the zone, work the puck around, start to cycle it, and establish a forecheck, something we really haven't seen Ohio do to the last couple minutes of this game. This one goes flying out of play there, nearly into our broadcast nest.
Yeah, it looks like Jake Houston had an agenda with that one. He kind of deliberately sent that one high off the glass. We've seen him do that a lot in practice, very proficient at it. Missed his mark there. Hopefully everybody's okay. It looks as though everybody will be fine, and we'll take another whistle here inside of the Bobcat zone. 1:48 on the clock. That one coming out to the left of Jimmy Thomas, lining up for
Cody
Ohio.
Black's going to take this face off. He's looked good all night. A couple of good passes.
Cody Black's got a track record of success against Pitt in recent years. We'll see whether or not he is the first Bobcat to make his mark here tonight. Ohio has the puck through the neutral zone and into Pitt's end. That is Houston down low, and he will wave at that puck and send it towards Snyder. Kicked away cleanly by number 29. Back out to the hash, and Pitt having some trouble collecting the puck. Finally able to get it on one of their own man's stick and out of the zone. That is Tommy Gung with the puck. He'll dump it in, and Ohio with a minute and a couple seconds left on the clock looks ahead. Through the neutral zone is Garrett Elmore. Walks it wide, tried to send it toward the net, disrupted by Lobig. And Ohio will get back as Pitt comes through the neutral zone.
Kind of a sluggish style of play right now. Looks like both teams kind of want to take this one in the locker room, tied at nothing.
Able to get it into the Panthers' end are the Bobcats. Forechecking is Zach Frank, and he will engage number 3, Brooks Antill, on the play. That one comes back out to the blue line, picked up by the Panthers' Daniel Mers. And he is a step or two ahead of that puck. We'll have an offsides whistle here with 28 seconds remaining in the period.
The theme of Pitt's breakouts has been they've struggled. Quite frankly, if it's not Brett Oldeker, streaking in, they haven't done much, and that's because of Ohio's good pressure when Pitt gains control of the puck in their own zone. Ohio able to make sure Pitt has to make a perfect pass.
Ohio with that 1-3-1, pretty hard to break through. And they have the puck in Pitt's zone once more here as time trickles off the clock. About 10 seconds remaining in the period. Crandall with an absolute demolition down low. Kicking the puck back out to the Bobcats. A tough shot there by Nick Gross. Gloved by Snyder. And he'll drop it to the ice as time runs out on the two clubs at the end of the first period. 0-0 is the score after one. It has been a physical game, it has been a fast game, it has been a fun game to watch, Ethan. Certainly very even-sided as it seems through the first period. Ohio with a 9-0 victory last year's first game. Pitt remembered that.
Yeah, it was kind of a first period of two different tales, if you will. Ohio came out, got the first 7 shots of the game. Kind of seemed like it was only a matter of the time before the Hunter Green and White found the back of the net, but Pitt, give them credit, they were able to battle back. Snyder was able to make big saves when he was called upon, and Brett Oldeker has been an offensive presence all night for the Panthers. I mean, it seems like almost every time Pitt has a chance for a rush, a 3-on-2 and 2-on-1, and just a rush in general, a nice breakout, that Oldeker is the name we're saying.
He's got the legs, he's got the skills, and he's definitely got the hair too. Some sweet lettuce from number
nice
6,
hair.
Brett Oldeker, a former Cannon Mac, Big Mac, played with J.D. Audie back in my neck of the woods there. So really family time here at Bird Arena. I know all of these guys. It's kind of fun to see them succeeding in their various ventures. But he was stymied a couple times by Jimmy Thomas, who made some huge saves, 9 to be exact, in the period. Forced to move laterally, forced to kind of move up and down in that crease. He saw it all in the first period, and you kind of like that because we've seen so many times Ohio really smother opponents early on in the game. Jimmy Thomas doesn't get a lot of rubber, may end up harming him more than it helps him in the long run. So it's good that he sees that action early on, gets that confidence going here.
Yeah, and it wasn't until about 6 or 7 minutes into the game where he saw his first shot. No question, Jimmy Thomas has been the best player on the ice for Ohio. We saw him have to deal with a lot of deflections early in the first. Pitt doing a good job of getting traffic in front of Thomas, which is quite frankly kind of the opposite of what we thought we would see. We thought we would see Ohio kind of come to the middle of the ice, establish themselves in front of Snyder, but really haven't been able to do so. And the quality of their scoring chances really hasn't been there either.
No, but the Bobcats have done a really nice job kind of countering Pitt at the blue line in the neutral zone. Pitt, with those fast break opportunities, mainly from Brett Oldeker, has found a way to squeak by at times, but I think Ohio's foundation is intact. Their game plan is still the same moving into the second period. Obviously, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They haven't been able to score. They generated opportunities. You want to try to tighten those leaks, but at the same time, you don't want to tell the guys to completely scrap what you had in mind. But I think that Coach Hogan really did hit it well when he said that Pitt was a different team this year. Obviously, we don't get a chance to watch them every single week, but from the record, you can obviously tell that they struggled a little bit early on, winners of their last 5, kind of finding their groove, and against a tough Ohio team, this would be that signature win that they've really craved for the last couple of years.
Yeah, Ohio nationally ranked team number 5 in the country. Give head coach Stu Rolnick a lot of credit. His top team's playing good hockey right now. Weathered the storm, got some good goaltending. I mean they're hanging in there. I think they should be proud of that. I think the mood in that Ohio locker room, I don't think they're desperate or anything like that, but I think there's definitely some adjustments that need to be made. I think if anything, I want to see them be more patient on their offensive side. Never a bad thing to put a shot on net, but we saw that Harkins-Lubin line particularly really be patient, make some good passes, and a guy that was a huge part of that was Matt Rudin. He had a big first.
Yeah, and you saw what the Ohio did early on. They didn't try to be cute with it. They didn't try to take it wide and find that centering pass as they skated through the zone. They attacked the middle of the ice as they came into the zone. Kind of got away from that about halfway through the game, and you could say that is because Pitt was able to adjust to it, and they fought it well, but I think Ohio really needs to look for Pitt to be on their toes, on their, kind of on their mismatch, if you will. And we saw that with Tyler Harkins taking that feed out from Ohio's own end at the middle of the ice there. If he was able to turn around with that puck, he might have had an opportunity to break. Cody Black got through a couple Pitt defenders, but I think that attacking the middle of the ice really needs to remain the theme for Ohio. We saw them with some success early in the contest, getting shots from that area of the ice. They kind of went away from it. We'll see if Coach Hogan goes back to it.
Yeah, Cody Black, another guy you mentioned there, had a nice first period. Really has become an incredible passer these last couple of games here at Ohio University. The assists piling up for Black, had multiple last weekend. But someone else who had a good first period was Garrett Elmore. I just found him, not a lot of Bobcats getting to the front of that. That big 6'4", 6'5" frame allows him to do so. He had a good scoring opportunity, maybe the best of the period for the Cats.
Yeah, and it's not that there are small players in the ACHA, but you don't see those types of big guys in the ACHA week in, week out, night in, night out. So to have one on your team certainly helps. To place him in front of the net, even better, folks. Garrett Elmore doing the job with Cody Black. As we mentioned, Black 5 assists last weekend. Big weekend for him. Only 1 goal on the year, though. We'd certainly like to see him find the back of the net a little bit more often, though it's not the end of the world because, as we mentioned so many times on this broadcast, everybody's got a role on this team. Cody Black knows his role. He'd love the goals, but I don't think that he's really, trying to clamor for them so much as find his niche and find a way to help his team win every single night.
Yeah, I think that's the culture that has been established here in Athens with Coach Hogan and the rest of his coaching staff. It's a team game. It's not about it's what can we do to win this game? What can we do to get wins, get points in the ACHA, and what can we do to advance in the tournament? So, like you said, Cody Black, a number of roles he plays, a number of roles that different guys play on this hockey team. But something that Ohio did well in the first period was kill off that penalty that Evangelista took.
Yep. We'll see if they can do it again in the second. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more coverage for you here on the intermission report of Ohio Bobcats hockey. And we are back here at Bird Arena, 0-0 at the end of one, about 5 minutes and change until we drop the puck for the start of the second period. Shots 9 apiece for both sides. Some very even hockey through the first 20 minutes. As we mentioned, Jimmy Thomas stepping up for Ohio, Matt Snader, an equal counterpart for the Panthers.
Yeah, we had an inkling that this was going to be a game of goaltenders. We got talked to great lengths about what Jimmy Thomas has been able to do in net for Ohio this year. But Matt Snader, it seems like week after week after week, there's a tremendous goaltending performance here at Bird Arena against a high quality or quantity of shots, and Matt Snader continuing that trend in the first 20 minutes.
Yep, he has made some big saves, a couple on Tyler Harkins. Some fun news, Grandma Harkins is in the building tonight, and it is her birthday. We just had a really special shout out here from Jake, the PA guy, that rang throughout the rink. But we would like to wish Grandma Harkins another happy birthday from all of us here at the broadcast. Certainly happy to have you in the building, and we'd hope your grandson performs very well here tonight. He has found himself a very nice role in Athens. Certainly something to be proud of if you're Grandma Harkins. So happy birthday, Grandma. But looking forward to the action here. Both teams taking the ice again. What do you expect from the Bobcats in the second period? Stick with the script or try to flip it?
I think when Ohio was playing their best hockey there in the first is when they finally established themselves in the zone, cycled the puck around, were patient with it, waited for lanes to open up versus just throwing it on net. I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking a shot, putting it on net, never a bad play. But I think when they showed that patience, I think when, Matt Rudin was in the corner there showing that patience, trying to center that puck, that's when they got their best scoring opportunities. So if anything, I want to see out of them this period, I think it's that.
All right, and who are you looking forward to seeing from the Bobcats? Who do you think is going to be a difference maker if you had to peg one guy?
Well, I think Sean Barrett's done a tremendous job of throwing the body around. Great offense is a great defense. I think Barrett had a huge hit in that period. Sent a stick flying about 3,000 feet in the air here at Bird Arena. So look for the physicality to continue from number 14, business as usual.
Sean Barrett, I like the pick for the Panthers. Who do you think is going to break the goose egg on the board for them?
I think Oldiker is the obvious pick, and I'm just going to go with it. I think it's smart money, if you know what I mean. But Oldiker has been everywhere, seemingly getting behind at least one, if not both, of the Bobcats defensemen at times. Fortunately, Ohio hasn't had to pay for that yet, but look for Ohio to contain number 6 with that wild hair.
Yeah, Brett Oldiker, he has looked good so far. I think I'm going to go with Daniel Mers on my part. Hard to argue with the stat sheet. 56 goals, 50 assists in his career at Pitt. He is a point machine and somebody that Ohio is always going to have to keep their eyes on. And we will forego the final 2 minutes or so of the intermission. Guys are hungry to get back out there, so they'll start action here in the second. And the clock is ticking on the Bobcats and Panthers here as Ohio wins the faceoff and enters the Panther zone to start the period. Played on behind the net by Rudin. Sent back up top for his defenseman, Jake Houston. He'll flutter one to the net, and it will be gloved for a save by Matt Snader.
Look for this pair, specifically Jake Houston and Grant Hazel, to let her rip if they get any open ice. Shot there by Houston. Expect him to have 4, 5, 6 shots nightly, don't we?
Jake Houston certainly not afraid with a puck on his stick. He is a skilled skater, maybe even a better stick handler, but we'll see what he's able to do here in the second. He watches on as Evangelisti picks up the puck at his blue line, back out to center ice, and sent in by the Panthers, Daniel Mers.
Change at center on this line here. Looks like Evangelisti's playing with Rudin and Tyler Harkins now instead of Lubin.
So to answer your question, in the intermission, it looks like Hogan is trying to flip the script a little bit here early on, changing up the lines as Pitt sends one Thomas's way, blocker down by number 30, and back out for number 17 of the Panthers to take on. That was Matt Lyons, who directed one back down low. Timmy Turneau watches that puck to the wall and banks it off the glass. He will get it out of the zone, and Pitt will chase on. Antil picks it up in his own end. Back to center with it, and into the Bobcat zone is Karazi. Chipped up and played behind Thomas, separated from the puck by Jake Houston, and the Bobcats go the other way with it. Blasix with some space there. He gets a shot off. Puck is still loose as Lubin digs at it down low. We'll get a whistle here and Snyder falls on it for the save. A sneaky shot there. Mike Plasix had all day to get that one off.
Yeah, Snyder having to go into the full back pencil position to make that save. Puck loose down there. Not great rebound control, but didn't have to pay for it right there.
Plasix with 10 goals on the season. We mentioned him stepping up for Ohio. He has been featured in a variety of different roles for the Bobcats, finding himself on the first line here tonight and making Coach Hogan look like a smart man for doing so. Plasix takes a whack at the puck at the hash. He's badgered by a couple Panthers. That is Teep and number 21, Michael Klena. Ohio retrieves the puck and sends it back in, played on by number 25, John Fair, over to his defensive partner. And back out top, Fiala intercepts, takes it low again. Fair and Fiala battle down low. And Pitt comes out victorious there as they get the puck to center ice. Glove down by Cody Black and taken the other way.
And a good play to utilize that glove, avoid the puck going all the way back in the zone. Ohio able to maintain possession of this puck because of that play by Cody Black, number 18.
Kept in by the Panthers, Evan Oakley. And there's some pushing and shoving along the boards. There's a couple of Bobcats converge on the puck. That is Elmore, Picorni, and Black involved in the scrum. Elmore takes it, and he will race out of the zone with it. Lampron centering one down low. And that puck skirts by Matt Snyder. Up top again for Bayard. Shot through a couple guys. Back out for the Bobcats to shoot once more. And it looks as though Pitt will be able to get it out.
Strange occurrence, Michael Greco walking through the Bird Arena stands. Not really sure what's going on with Mike, but looks like he's making his way back to the Pitt locker room. Maybe an equipment problem, maybe he's injured.
He's holding his skates. It looks as though he might have gotten a mid-period sharpening. Maybe a faulty blade or something of that nature, but eager to get back on the ice, I presume, as his team is challenging in the Bobcat zone right now. Zach Frank facing pressure by Brett Odeker, and Odeker will get the better of number 21 as he moves the puck back to his defenseman. Chipped up at the blue line by Odeker and sent back to the neutral zone for the Bobcats to play. Houston over to Harkins. A nice stutter step there by Harkins, finding some space in the slot, turning and shooting one. Almost sneaking it by Snyder was Harkins. And he'll take the puck and leave it for Plasix. Back up top, and now to the center of the ice for Plasix. Nice touch pass there by the Bobcats, and they bury it! And let's be frank, Zach got it all there.
A great play started in the zone by some stick handling from Harkins. There's that patience we talked about. Touch passes, not one, not two, but three passes, and Frank is able to clean up the rebound. It's 1-0 Ohio with 15:47 remaining here in the second.
A big first goal for the Bobcats. Certainly what the doctor ordered for Coach Hogan. And Zach Frank, with his second goal of the season, gives Ohio a 1-0 advantage here. Just about 4 minutes into the second period. All Ohio again at the early point of this period. 5-0 are the shots in the second in favor of the Bobcats. And the fifth finally finds the back of the net. Zach Frank feels good about himself, knowing that he put his team up 1-0 here. Pressuring again are the Bobcats. They're back in the zone. Evangelisti up top for Fiala, and he will unleash one that will not make its way to Snyder. Puck circles all the way back into the Bobcats zone. And Fiala will face pressure from Karazi as he attempts to get it out.
Yeah, nice hard shot by Fiala there on that last shift.
Picorni leads the rush into the Panthers' end. Leaves it for Evangelisti, and he will lose the puck to the Panthers. That is Teep now across the red, threatening to fire one. Instead, he will walk it in and send one wide of Thomas. Shot there by Fair. Back out to the corner, and Teep down low with it. Leaves it for number 22, Keaton Hanna.
Shane getting word now that that goal was scored by Zach Frank, assisted by Harkins and Hazel. Frank from Tyler Harkins and Grant Hazel.
And just like that, Ohio is up 1-0 Zach Frank, as we mentioned, his second goal of the season. We'll have a whistle here as both teams head back to the bench for a change. Tyler Harkins pretty gassed after that workman-like shift.
Yeah, that line has played a ton of minutes tonight. And Harkins is on pace for, I'd say, 25, 26 minutes right now. I mean, he has been out there for nearly half of his game.
And you get the sense that he doesn't want to come off the ice, even when he's tired. He lives and breathes for Bobcats hockey. Perhaps nobody as committed to the team as Harkins, so you certainly like to see him get rewarded with the playing time, and he has certainly made Coach Hogan look smart here tonight with another point, his 30th of the season. Pitt with the puck in the Bobcat zone, played up there by Milan, and he will take the puck again and move it up for number 3, Anto. Shot there in the middle of the ice by Anto. Kareem's off a couple bodies down low and it moves back up to the neutral zone.
Pitt not letting Ohio get all the momentum right now, able to establish possession of this puck consistently for the first time in this period. It's about 13:47 is left. Pitt not going to go away easy.
Anto badgered by Black in his own end. He'll have to leave it for Brett Oldeker to take out of the zone. And number 6 with speed around Fiala. He'll stop and turn and look for a man chasing through the slot. Shot there, broken twig. Daniel Merzel will go back to the bench. And looks as though Picorni is upended in the neutral zone. No penalty there as the rest will swallow their whistles and let these two play.
We got bodies everywhere, Shane.
Teep enters the zone. Potentially an offsides play. The Bobcats will take it first into the rafters on the dump in. We'll get another whistle here. 13:11 remaining in the period. Aaron's stick goes flying back towards center ice. And shots 15-10 in favor of Ohio. Pitt looking for an answer early on here, giving up an early goal. They stayed in it. They had a good shift after that goal, but they really haven't been able to sustain pressure in the Bobcat zone here.
No, Mers with a great opportunity there was very frustrated that he couldn't get a shot off on that one-timer. Faulty twig. One of those things you just hate to see if you're a Pitt fan.
You do hate to see. You wish that they used some better lumber. But Pitt will challenge Ohio behind its net as Rodolfi labeled somebody down low. Couldn't tell which Bobcat that was, but I do know that Matt Rudin has the puck on his stick behind Snyder in the other end. And it's picked up by Milan. Back up top for Bosnick, and he will dump it cleanly into the zone. Back for it was number 13, Nick Gross, pressured by Rodolfi, and that puck finds its way by everybody all the way back down for Matt Snyder to settle.
Almost a nice long pass there. Evan Oakley couldn't contain it. Looks like we're going to get an icing now. Face-off coming in front of Snyder.
Touch play there by the Panthers. Oakley chipping one into the Bobcat zone from his blue line. You can't do that, folks. It'll go the other way for a whistle and a drop down by Snyder. Cody Black out here for the Bobcats, flanked by Lampron and Elmore as Ohio pressures in the offensive zone. And Black will get to the puck first and leave it for his winger, Garrett Elmore. Back up top for Hazel, and he'll unleash one shot there. Skittled around by a couple of defenders and wraps back down low. Cody Black chases on, and he'll disrupt the play. Gabe Lampron now with the puck at his stick as he turns and goes the other way with it. Ohio trying to sustain some pressure here, and they cannot do so as Pitt finds a way out.
Yeah, Lampron with a couple of nice keeps on that shift there, using his size, strength to keep that puck in. Number 23 having a nice game tonight, or number 20, excuse me.
23's not looking bad either.
No, they're not.
No, Gabe Lampron's played pretty well himself. 7 goals, 8 assists on the year for Gabe Lampron. We saw him featured on the first line a couple of weeks ago, back in a familiar third line role for Ohio, but he has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that he can be a goal scorer when called upon. And Pitt looking for answers here as they're badgered by the Bobcats at the blue line. Ohio keeps it in Pitt's zone as Jake Houston unleashes a clap bomb from the point. Rattles around the entire rink and is picked up by Hazel in his own end. He will stop, bank one off the boards, and leave it for Harkins down below the goal line. The two will play catch for a couple minutes as they keep the puck away from Daniel Mers, try to get it out of the zone. Finally, the Bobcats are able to work it back to center ice.
We're about midway through this period, Shane, and Ohio's beginning to take control of this game just so slightly as that puck is chipped in by Mers. Really, some good breakouts from Ohio right there. We saw that in the last shift.
Grant Hazel turns one over at the blue line. Rodolfi with a shot blocked by a Bobcat on the way through. It'll come to the corner, and Carosi has the puck now. Pressured by Houston. Frank takes it on his backhand, sends it behind Thomas. And Grant Hazel can't collect the biscuit behind his net. Comes out to the slot, and the Bobcats, fortunate that number 12, Joseph Rodolfi, couldn't pick up that puck. They'll go the other way with it. Nice play by Milan, and he has Carosi down the wing. He can get by Picorni. He might have a shot. Tom Picorni with a great defensive play, rubbing Carosi off the puck and keeping it away from Thomas. Mers in the slot with an opportunity. Another shot there by the Panthers. Number 13, Alec Bosnick, can't find the net on that attempt. And Pitt with sustained pressure in the zone right now. Has the puck at their stick once more. Shot there from the point by Lyons. Flickers through a couple guys and is picked up by number 13, Alec Bosnick, once again.
It's going to be a delay penalty against Ohio. And a shot after the whistle. Tyler Harkins is not like that at all.
Matt Lyons going to have to pay for that one. Fortunately, nobody was injured after that whistle. He actually just hit Daniel Mers on the butt.
Yeah, that shot was flying. Ohio did catch a break, though, earlier in that shift. Thomas made a pad save. I don't even think he meant to. It looks like Houston? No, it's going to be Ford. No, Houston is going to the box.
Cross-checking for Houston is the call. Looks as though the Bobcats will be shorthanded for the second time tonight, facing a Pitt team that had a couple opportunities on the power play on their first attempt. And Houston, certainly not the guy you want to have off the ice in this certain opportunity, because he has been a reliable killer on the back end for the Bobcats.
No, definitely not. Ohio just got caught in their zone right there. Good pressure by Pitt. Probably their best chance to score a goal all night, but not able to put it home. Still square at 1-0. 9:48 remaining in the second.
Teep wins the draw for the Panthers. Played on by number 24, Daniel Mers, at the top of the zone, and leaves it back for Teep. Separated from the puck by Jake Fiella, and the Bobcats have it. 3-on-2 developing for Ohio. Shot high over Snyder's head by Fiella. And Pitt will take the puck behind their netminder and break out. Oldeker back to Mers. And Daniel Mers leads the charge into the zone around a couple Bobcats, and he'll have the puck behind Thomas. Picked up there by Mazzata, the assistant captain. Tried to leave it for Oldeker, but the Bobcats interrupted that play, and they will dump it cleanly back and head to the bench for a change.
About 1:08 remaining in this penalty kill. Good penalty killing at this point from Ohio.
Fella with the hip check at the blue line, and Ohio able to pick up that puck and send it over everybody's head back down to Snyder once more.
I think you're at Pittsburgh right now. Brooks Ansel, you got to calm things down a little bit. Really haven't had any scoring chances at all in this power play.
Antle finds Bosnick with space down the left wing. Pitt enters the zone, and Milan loses the puck. But number 11 for the Panthers, Derek Lesnak, able to retrieve it off the boards and through the legs of number 13, Bosnick. Pitt will have to regroup.
Tough bounce there for Bosnick.
Antil over to Lesnak. Lesnak separated, but Rodolfi picks up the garbage. Shot blocked, and he'll pick up his own rebound. Send it back to Lesnak. Ohio strips Lesnak of the puck, and Timmy Turneau coming the other way with it. Penalty about to expire for Ohio in 8 seconds. And Timmy Turneau will make sure that Pitt will not get another shot in the Bobcat zone on a man advantage here as Houston comes out of the box, and Rodolfi sends one Jimmy Thomas's way.
Another great penalty kill for the Cats, specifically number 16, Timmy Turneau, almost with a chance there.
Timmy Turneau with his 4th goal of the season last weekend. You get the sense that he was trying to do what he could to smother that puck, but if he had a shooting opportunity, I don't think he would let it go without notice. Cody Black back to Tourneau. Speaking of the devil, loses the puck in the slot. It comes behind Snyder for Gabe Lampron, and he will battle with number 21 for the Panthers. That is Michael Klina. Lampron wins the battle. Ohio with the puck at the top of the zone. Tourneau with the shot through traffic. Snyder watches on as it comes back to the corner. Shot again by Lampron on the one-time opportunity. Sends it wide, and Pitt not able to escape yet as Garrett Elmore shoots the puck. Big save there by Snyder. Lampron was out front with it. Had an opportunity to tuck home that rebound, but no can do. The Bobcats with a couple exciting attempts here as time winds down in the second period. About 6.5 minutes remaining in the action here, and some clearly stressed out and upset Bobcats as they're not able to score there.
Yeah, a couple of ridiculous keeps there in that shift, and a really great pass by Sean Bear. Great vision to find that skater down low.
Couple guys lose their sticks, they'll pick them up. Ohio with a puck shot there by Elmore. Tries to sneak it short side, and Snyder's shoulder was there for the save. That one goes into the netting for a whistle. Garrett Elmore has really shown his propensity to shoot that puck here in the second period, Ethan. That's 3 or 4 shots we've seen from him in the last shift and a half, 2 shifts.
Yeah, Mick Garrett has been everywhere tonight, 6 in the team in scoring. He's had a good game tonight.
You know, everybody is going to get snake bitten every once in a while. It's that stick with itness that propels these teams through these difficult stretches where they're not able to find the back of the net with regularity. But Ohio is doing what it can right now as it continues to pressure in the offensive zone. Tyler Harkins with a shot from the slot. Snyder able to keep that one out of the net. And Pitt back in the green and white's territory as they move the puck along. Ohio will take it, walk through the neutral zone, and head back toward Pitt's end. Picked off at the blue line by Odeker, and he will watch it sail past Thomas as he heads to the bench. Milan in for the forecheck. Pitt not able to connect as the puck bounces off the boards in the neutral zone, comes back out towards Snyder. Milan with a desperate attempt to make connection with that puck. He's not able to keep it on his stick as the Bobcats skate the other way with it. Evangelisti tried to send one down low, unable to tuck that through, but a good opportunity nonetheless.
Yeah, sneaky good scoring chance right there. He made a couple of nice moves in number 7.
Oh, speaking of nice move, Mike Palasic absolutely undressed Karazi. He's still looking for his jock in the rafters after that nice move. Couldn't do anything with it, but it was the principle that matters. Jimmy Thomas settles it for Evangelisti. The Bobcats with authority once more, and they'll have to try that one again as number 22 for the Panthers, Keaton Hanna, breaks it up in the Bobcats zone. Picked up by Evangelisti, and he'll walk it in towards Snyder. Teep with the puck at his stick, out of the zone, and ahead for Odeker. Shot by Odeker as he skated down the right wing, sails high over Thomas's head. The Bobcats escape a 2-1 opportunity there, and if they can get around a couple Panthers, they might have an opportunity of their own there as Tom Picorni flooded toward the net. He had Rudin flanking him. The two could not come up with a goal, but Ohio with a puck at their sticks once more. Picorni with another shot blocked in the slot by number 21, Michael Klina. He's feeling it after that one, shaking his hand and heading back to the bench.
No one feels worse right now than Brett Odeker coming off that nice rush. Got to find a way to put that puck on the net, especially a night like tonight where Pitt's score chances have been at a premium.
Lobig dumps it into the Bobcat zone, picked up by Gross, high in toward the blue line, and he will dump it back for Lobig again. Some miscommunication, but Pitt finally able to get it out. That is Kang with the puck over to Oakley. He'll center one, and he cannot connect with Jared Carl as the puck comes to the corner. Ohio with the puck on their stick, playing catch behind their own end. That is Gross and Bayard. Finally up to number 22, Tyler Harkins, and he will skate a little too far ahead of that puck, picked off by Carl. And Ohio will have to watch on as Oakley wraps one around his own zone.
Yeah, Harkins is looking for the cross-ice pass right there.
Puck comes to Snyder, and he will fall on it for the innocent whistle there. A couple guys involved in a scrum. Low circle there in the Panthers' end. Tyler Harkins throwing his hand up, looking for something, not able to get a call, as the rest have, by and large, swallowed their whistles tonight. It hasn't been an overly chippy and overly, physical game to a certain extent, but, certainly we're accustomed to seeing some more calls. Kind of like it better that it isn't that way.
Yeah, why not? Let the boys play. Nothing egregious has happened out there to this point. Why not? Let them play.
With 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock, Ohio with the puck in the Panthers zone, looking to go up 2-0 here as time winds down in the second period. Brett Oldker trying to deny them of that opportunity. He takes a shot, and it is saved by Jimmy Thomas. Oldker, perhaps one of the fastest, if not the fastest player on the ice tonight. He has been somebody that you can't help but notice.
Yeah, showing off his speed and his skill there. Nice toe drag, and then the shot. Thomas able to slam the door there.
Jimmy Thomas with some big saves here in tonight's action. 13 in total as Ohio nurses a 1-0 lead. Houston and Fiala having a word, trying to get their P's and Q's in a row. Nick Gross out here with Fiala, Evangelisti and Rudin up top. Ohio heading to the penalty kill once again. Here is number 23, Gabe Lampron takes a penalty. I didn't see what that was, Ethan. Did you?
No, I'm not sure Gabe knows what it was either. He was clearly very frustrated going off the bench, saying some things to the referees, had to be calmed down by his teammates.
So
another two.
Just as we talk, Jimmy Thomas almost makes a bad mistake there. He's able to recollect himself for the whistle, but we just talked about how the rest are swallowing their whistles. And then no short of shooting 20 seconds afterward, the Bobcats are shorthanded once again. This is the Panthers' third power play tonight, unsuccessful in their first two. We'll see if they can change their fortunes here. Shot by Thomas, and another attempt as Milan was dead red out in front of the crease. Jimmy Thomas centers and makes the save. Milan probably scratching his head, wants that one back.
Yeah, right from the point blank area of the ice. Jimmy Thomas just throws his body in front of it, able to freeze it and get a face off here. Looks like Cody Black's going to take it, number 18.
Black, a reliable centerman for Ohio this season. Somebody who's counted on to win his fair share of draws, but he's unable to do so here as PITT takes the win and moves the puck up top for Daniel Mers. Played over to Teep to the other side for Oldker, and he is pressured by Mike Palasic. An active stick there by number 28, keeping PITT honest and to the outside of the zone. Here as Teep loses the puck over to Fiala, he'll dump it out, and the Bobcats will get a couple fresh bodies on the ice here as Black collides with a few Panthers behind Snyder, not afraid to get in there and scrum up. Oldker with the hair and the speed through the zone. Palasic with a nice play there to get the puck off Oldker's stick. PITT with the puck at the top of the zone, shoots one high over Thomas's head, and Ohio able to collect it and dump it back into the blue and gold zone.
Yeah, got a new group out there. Line change now for Ohio, continuing that pressure even down short of the PITT zone.
And a minute remaining in the period, played in by Bosnick. Baird will collect it, move it to the boards, and it comes out of the zone. Brian Lubin will have an opportunity here if he doesn't get tripped up. A great play by Milan to wreak havoc on Brian Lubin's breakaway opportunity. Some game-changing speed there by number 10. And if he had a step or two more on Milan, I think that he might have had a great opportunity to bury that one, but the pressure was too much there.
Sean Baird doesn't have a glove on right now.
Baird without the gloves, some old-time hockey as we celebrate 60 years here at Bird Arena. 15 seconds remaining in the period. One more rush for Ohio if they're smart with it. Harkins takes the puck at the blue line, up to Houston, back to Harkins in the circle, centers one for Lubin, can't get the shot off, and Harkins with 2 seconds will have to find a man if he wants a shot. Shot there by Jake Houston. What a state of affairs to end that second period. A flurry of opportunities for Ohio, unable to get that clean shot off at the end, but nonetheless they take a 1-0 lead into the locker room. And heading into these final 20 minutes of action here, a goal by Zach Frank, his second of the year for the measure for Ohio, assisted by Harkins and Hazel, is the difference so far, I think.
Yeah, fortunately, Ohio was able to get that goal, come out, establish the flow of this game early in that period. That's the difference so far right now. Jimmy Thomas making a couple of nice saves, especially on that last penalty kill right there. Always tough spot to put your goaltender in, taking a penalty that late in the period. And Ohio, I think if anything, has to stay out of the box right now. That's their only Achilles heel so far to this point in this game. They are taking a lot of penalties. You got to think sooner or later it's going to break its way if Ohio continues this sense of lack of discipline.
We'll see what Coach Hogan says to the boys in the second intermission to try to combat that. I don't think that they have done anything out of the norm. Obviously, like we said, it hasn't been an overtly physical game. They're not afraid to challenge the Panthers, and certainly they shouldn't be, because they should have the upper hand. But at the end of the day, Ohio's the ones who are the guilty party. 3 power play opportunities for the Panthers, all kills for the Bobcats, so that's good news. But try to limit those opportunities. Maybe if they get a power play opportunity themselves, they'll be the ones to find the score sheet first in that category. But some good stuff in the first period, as we mentioned. Looking forward to the final 20 minutes of play. We're going to get some more solid goaltending from the both sides. Jimmy Thomas, all 14 shots that have come his way have been smothered by number 30. Matt Snyder has been just as impressive. 21 saves on 22 attempts for number 29 for the Panthers. So good goaltending from both sides. Really tight defensive game. Brett Oldeker really continuing that trend in the second period. He has been the Panthers showman, if you will. They've really tried to facilitate their offense through him.
Yeah, you really get the sense that if Pitt is to get on the board in this one, it's going to come from the stick of number 6, Brett Oldeker. But something else I want to highlight, Shane, is that play at the end of the period there. Brian Lubin making a smart play, skating as hard as he can for that puck, but great defensive play by Max Milan, doing everything but getting a stick infraction there and able to break up that play and really break up that scoring chance. Could have been down 2, might have been too much for Pitt to come back from the way Jimmy Thomas and his Bobcats defensive pairings are playing.
Yeah, you don't know how much that makes a difference there at the end of the game. And you see the hustle from both sides, Lubin to get to the puck, Milan to get back and make a play on him. But, in a game like this, every single goal counts. And I don't know if I was anticipating such a tight hockey game, but it certainly is what we are in store for here. So you got a sense that whoever scores next is going to have the upper advantage, whether it be Pitt tying the game and getting some momentum from that, or whether it be Ohio taking a 2-0 lead and trying to seal the deal. But we're going to have it all for you here on the Bobcats show here tonight. Intermission report. Going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will break down the final 20 minutes of action. Ohio 1, Pitt 0 at the end of 2 periods. And we are back right as Sweet Caroline hits the chorus, Ethan. A special night here at Brett Arena, a special weekend, really. 60th anniversary celebration. We're going to have some Hall of Fame inductions tomorrow evening. But first and foremost, a game tonight against the Pitt Panthers through 40 minutes of play. 1-0 Bobcats, thanks to Zach Frank.
Yeah, Zach Frank gets that goal. Before we talk about it, though, you should not neglect to mention also Ohio University Police Weekend here at Brett Arena. Several police officers in attendance. They even tweeted out a nice four-legged furry officer I got to meet earlier this evening. Very nice guy, very nice dog.
Yeah, there's some great officers out there in Athens, all over the place, really. We'd like to thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts for all of your service, from all of your contributions to our community, for keeping us safe. So thank you very much. It's not much, but whatever we can do to recognize you guys, be it one night a year or several or all the time, it's certainly deserved on their part. So very nice for Ohio and the community to be a part of this, to bring all the guys out here tonight. We see the men in blue littering the rink, so it's a pretty sight to see, and so is the pucks that are flying on the ice. Every weekend we do a chuck a puck here at Brett Arena. A couple ones pretty close there. We'll see who they decide. Might have to get out the measuring stick for that one, eh?
Yeah, that's about the closest I've seen someone get to that center blue line all
Pretty
season.
close.
If you're just now joining us on the Ohio Bobcats broadcast, the objective of this game is to get your puck as close as you can to that middle blue face-off dot. And someone is extremely close. Looks like
We got
not even
two.
a foot.
We got two. I'm telling you right now, they might have to announce some co-winners here, because both of those are eerily close. One on its side.
Ties.
Yeah, you think if you maybe get down there and blow on it, you might get it to roll toward the center of the ice, but it looks as though they're going to give the one on the side the win, whoever's puck that was. Congratulations, you're going home with some money, so that's good news. But some equally good news for Ohio fans. As we mentioned, the 1-0 lead heading into the final 20 minutes of play. Ohio firmly in position to capture another 3 points here as we move forward along in this Ohio Bobcats hockey season, heading toward the CSCHL tournament. Every single point, regardless of whether or not it's in your division or not, matters at this point. So certainly want to come out here with the wheels greased, get out here, move fast, try to succumb to your inefficiencies early on and figure out a way to look over those and to work past them and find a way to win this hockey game.
Yeah, not a CSCHL game, but I think after what happened with Lindenwood and the inconsistencies last weekend with Iowa State, Ohio needs a sweep this weekend. I think that would really do a lot for their confidence, especially with the amount of adversity they've faced this season. Guys leaving the team, the ice surface, even the first week back, not able to get a full week of practice, just a day or two. A lot of injuries. Evangelesti's the one we've highlighted here. Ruden's out for parts of the season. Philo was even banged up, so we have your leaders, banged up, extraneous circumstances, adversity. They need wins. I think 2 wins this weekend, a sweep would go a long way.
Yeah, it certainly would. And the Bobcats, as we mentioned, have been shorthanded a number of times throughout the season, playing tonight with 11 forwards, playing tonight with 6 defensemen, 17 skaters there on the ice, and that's really all they have. So it has been tremendous to see what the team has been able to do with the adversity that they have faced. It really speaks testaments to what Coach Hogan has been able to develop here, the talent he's been able to bring in, and the leadership from the guys to hold themselves accountable. And that is something that Ohio really does have a lot of. Look at guys like Fiala, look at guys like Vlasic, look at guys like Crandall on the fourth line, knowing their roles, doing the job, not complaining about anything that goes wrong, burying their heads and getting going and moving forward. So that's something that everybody can take a lead off of and learn from. And I think that they are really nice to exemplify that for the boys.
Yeah, one more word we should highlight in there, along with our descriptions of this Ohio Bobcats team, is toughness. Like you said, they don't have a lot of skaters right now, so if you're injured, unless you're seriously hurt, sorry, you got to stay out there. I mean, they literally don't have enough bodies right now, so they're still blocking shots. They're not doing what some other teams would do and get out of the way and play not to get injured. They're playing like they have 40 guys back there that they could put in. I look at guys like Rafael, who's seemingly blocking shots every weekend, skating off slowly to the bench at some point in the game. Other guys blocking shots. Rude's another one of those guys who does everything this season. Found his scoring touch, but also getting shooting lanes. I like Cody Black, I like Lubin. Great defensive efforts, great toughness.
Yeah, let me tell you, folks, for those of you who have played hockey, you already know. For those of you who haven't, I'm telling you right now, playing shorthanded is very difficult. You get winded out there. You don't notice it for the first 20 minutes. It starts to creep up in the second, and by the third, it really is a battle of conditioning to race to the finish line. And I think Ohio's equipped to run the horses that they have against anybody's opponent, against any opponent's teams. I think that Ohio really does have the big dogs up front that are able to skate with everybody, that are able to play those extra minutes and be effective in those roles when they're out.
And it's not just physical toughness, just staying out there
Mental.
after blocking the shots. Mental toughness, absolutely. You have guys like Harkins, who's going to end up playing a ridiculous amount of minutes tonight, not just 20, probably 24, 25, 26 even. The toll that takes, I don't care how mentally into the game you are, but your legs will get tired. The toll that takes, and the fact that you're able to stay out there, still make good plays, not make any stupid turnovers despite being tired. I think that says a lot about Harkins' game, and it's not just him. It's just an example that came to mind. But a lot of guys like more minutes than they used to, like in elevated roles that they're not used to this year.
And we'll see if the boys can take it home here in the third. Here at the Ohio Bobcats Hockey Intermission Report, 1-0. As we mentioned earlier on, shots 22-14 in favor of Ohio. We'll see if they can separate themselves here in the third period. Both teams getting ready to come back out on the ice. We have the officiating crew taking their warm-up laps here as we start action in the third period. A win for Ohio moves them to 19-7-1, a good standing to be in. Perhaps a few too many losses, but like we mentioned with the adversity, you're going to have a couple. It's what you can do to rebound. Pitt, on the other hand, with 5 wins in a row right now, looking to try to tie this hockey game, grease out a victory, make it 6, and get that confidence moving forward to the end of the weekend and heading to their own tournament. So we'll see a very hungry Pitt team, I'm certain.
Yeah, Pitt needs this win. They're still unranked. They've won 5 in a row. This would be a great one to put on their resume. Since getting ranked and qualified for that ACHA national tournament just up the river from us in Columbus.
Yep, and Ohio nursed a 1-0 lead in the third period last Saturday against Iowa State. Ended up falling to the Cyclones on 2 late third period goals. Hopefully their fortunes will change against the Panthers here tonight. We are going to send it back out to the ice here in a few seconds here as both teams come on to the ice for the start of the second period. Jimmy Thomas has been a rock in net for the Bobcats here tonight, making all the stops for Ohio. He's loosening up in the crease. He's going to have to make more than a few again if Ohio is going to keep this lead and come away with a victory here tonight. Who are you looking forward to seeing from both sides in the third period there, Ethan?
I think Garrett Elmore has had a really strong game. He's going to get the nod to start this period off. Big body, using his strength and his size tonight quite a bit. And I think Daniel Murs has to contribute offensively in this game. He obviously had a chance for that one-timer earlier in the second set. This is big. It would have been interesting if he got that puck on net. Just anyone from Pittsburgh needs to step up, really. They've had a lot of scoring cover mode defensemen in terms of point production. Maybe rip some shots from the blue line this game.
And the Bobcats have the puck to start the third period off the faceoff win by Black. They're already in the Panthers zone. Chasing on is Murs as Crandall takes the puck and moves low with it. He'll drive toward the net. Backhand by Crandall. Kept away by Snyder. And some Tommy toe tap there by the Bobcats down low. That was Cody Black getting around a couple guys and getting that puck up to his defenseman. Jimmy Thomas leveled in his own zone, comes out of the crease to make a play on the puck. No penalty there as they deemed him fit to be hit.
Yeah, Jimmy never afraid to leave his own net and play that puck almost go there for Ohio because of Jimmy's effort.
Sweeping backhand by Elmore moves the puck low again for the Bobcats. Evangelisti meeting number 27 for the Panthers. That is Mazzata in the corner. Panthers able to get that puck through center and into the Bobcats zone. Picorni picks it up and moves the other way with it. Picorni with a strong arm around a couple guys, drives the net and leaves one out front. The Bobcats can't collect it in front of Snyder. Pitt goes the other way, and Milan will trip over the puck as he entered the zone.
We haven't seen number 4 get a lot of minutes tonight, probably still getting conditioning in line. There's chances.
Beautiful play there by the Bobcats. Some absolute threading of the needle, tic-tac-toe. What do you know? Dimitri, no.
set up and a great finish for number 16 playing in the top 6 rewarded. Remind you guys, first year at Ohio as a sophomore, Timmy Trudeau developed into a nice play, nice player for Ohio. Plays like that. Ohio's up 2. Next goal's huge.
Beautiful, beautiful play by the Bobcats. Evangelisti taking it wide in the zone, leaving it for Pulisic, who had Timmy Turneau far side, backdoor all day long. Found his man, and number 16 knew what to do with it. Timmy Turneau, his 5th of the season, gives Ohio a 2-0 lead. We saw him score last weekend, Ethan. He scored again tonight. Timmy Turneau getting on a little bit of a hot streak here, eh?
Yeah, and it's kind of been something that's happening all year. We really weren't sure what we were going to get out of number 16 his first year here, but doing a lot of good things, contributing offensively.
And for the Bobcats, they get that cushion that they've desperately been seeking the last 20 or so minutes. 2-0 lead for Ohio. Shots 24-14 in favor of the Cats as Bayer touches that puck for the ice. But a big, big goal for Timmy Turneau. And we're getting some scrum here toward the red line. It looks like Bayard and Mazzata are having more than a few words with each other.
Yeah, Bayard wants at him. He always wants at everyone, doesn't he? We'll see if any penalties are dished out. Looks like they're going to let him play. Next shift should be interesting with those 2 guys on the ice.
The 2 will remain out there. We could see cooler heads prevail, or we could see another one of those fights break out.
Yeah, Harkins is having some words with Mazzata as well.
Mazzata, a thorn in the side of the Bobcats. Shot there off the face-off win by Gross. To the crease and no further. Panthers play it back into the Bobcats zone. And Nick Gross watches, and it comes through the neutral zone, back to center red, and to the stick of Tyler Harkins. Over to Bayard and out for Matt Rudin. He'll settle it. And Lubin with a big hit on Oakley. He'll take the puck over to Harkins, and he shoots and scores. And a celly ensues, and he'll ride it all the way to the bench. What a beauty. Tyler Harkins with the big 3rd goal, the hat trick, if you will, gives Ohio the 3-0 advantage and is putting an exclamation point on an early 3rd period routing so far for the Bobcats.
Yeah, you know Tyler was fired up about that one, especially going back and forth there. Some opposing players earlier in that shift. Great finish there by number 22. Quickly climbing up, challenging Evangelisti, second in this team in overall scoring. That's Harkins' 2nd point of the evening. He assisted that first fight goal. 2 points for him, number 22. Love playing here, though.
Goal number 12 for Mr. Harkins, and he has scored a few big ones. Really special now that we know Grandma's in the house tonight. He scored in front of his family, so he can check that off the bucket list. Tyler Harkins with a big, big 3rd goal. And Pitt's going to have to take a timeout here. They're a little bit rattled. Try to regroup, try to figure out what went well the first 40 or so minutes and how to get back to that game.
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's still 3. I mean, they got to get something going here if they want to get back into this game. They're not dead yet, but you think the 4th one would probably just about do it here. So it's like Cody Black is going to take the face off.
And this shift is huge if you are the Panthers. You've given up 2 quick goals. The response here has got to be immediate. It cannot be a shift later. It cannot be 5 minutes down the road. It's got to be immediate if you want any chance of salvaging some points tonight.
And at this point, this is where Pitt really wishes they would have converted at least one of their power play chances. Being down 2 and being down 3-2, completely different things. 3, a lot harder hole to climb out of than just a 2.
And Ohio needs to stay hungry here, keep themselves in the game, and make sure that Pitt doesn't get any opportunities to get back in it. Jimmy Thomas settles the puck for the whistle. A couple Panthers streaking his way. That was Carl flying hard into the boards as Jimmy Thomas collected it. But 3:15 into this contest in the 3rd period. Ohio racing out to a 3-0 advantage with 2 goals to start action here in the 3rd.
Looks like Pitt's going to be taking a penalty here.
We'll see what else transpires. Looks as though Fiala is also in the box. And and they'll have him up on the board. 2 minutes for Fiella. It looks as though Carl will join him opposite in Pitt's bench. So we'll play some 4-on-4 hockey here at Bird Arena. Open the ice up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what that penalty is for. Clearly the referees, like we said earlier in the broadcast, aware of what happened between these two teams last year, that line ball. Don't want to lose control of this game. If they were going to, it'd probably be late in the game.
Chip play out front for Crandall as Cody Black centered that. Good opportunity for the Bobcats off the rush. Grant Hazel in his own zone, back out the center for Crandall, and he'll lose the puck as Mers picks it up, shoots one wide of Thomas. Tied up with Hazel is Mers, and he'll watch as he takes a high hit from Hazel. No whistle there. The Bobcats got away with one. Could have been down another man there. Teep can't get it by Houston, and Houston flicks it up ahead. Bats it through a couple guys. A beautiful stick play there by Houston. Tried to pull off a Sidney Crosby coming down the wing there and keeping that puck away from the Panthers in the air.
Yeah, great effort and play by Houston there. Just keeping the puck going in the zone. Able to almost split 3 defenders, but forces a face-off in the pin zone. Looks like Zach Frank's going to take it. He's already got a goal. He's won face-offs tonight. Playing the Zach Frank game.
Frank with the shot attempt off the face-off. The Panthers get to the puck first. They'll take it back into the Bobcats zone. That is number 27 for the Panthers, Craig Mazzata, engaging a few guys at the blue line. Ohio transitions and sends one to the rafters as Nick Gross loses his track on that shot.
Just over 4 minutes played here in the third period, 15:51 remaining in this game. I see our friend Michael Lively making his way to the locker room. He's about to get a start for the D2 team tonight.
Lives is a beauty. I ran into him on the way over here tonight, actually coming out of your apartment building, Ethan. Apparently he lives there, so that was a pleasant surprise walking down the stairs. Lives used to do the broadcast with us. He is a great person, positive guy, 24/7. Can't say enough about the kid. Good luck to the D2 team tonight as they play immediately following the D1 game. Going to be a few big games for them as well. We'll see what they're able to do with it as Pitt walks it gingerly through the neutral zone ahead into Jim Thomas's end. And Milan, who was a puck carrier, entering the zone, will head to the bench as Ohio takes it and regroups.
Ohio at this point just has to play mistake-free hockey, no bad passes, still make sure they're getting in front of shots, still getting in lanes. They should pick up some points here.
Time will expire on the penalties, both sides back to 5 apiece as Mike Palasic moves ahead with it. He'll have Turneau from the bench in a 3-on-2 for the Bobcats. The Panthers get back. Palasic centering one, kicks out to Hazel, and he is able to get that puck around Brett Oldeker. Great play by Hazel over to Houston. To the slot for Turneau. He chases the puck and has it on his backhand, and he'll send one to the net. Snyder guarding the post and keeping that puck away from the crease. Hazel over to Houston, shot there, another to the stick of Hazel, and he will send one into the stands. A flurry of opportunities for the Bobcats there. Credit Pitt's defense for keeping that one away from the middle of the ice. Looks like Daniel Mers is taking his time getting up. May have gotten a body or a puck from the Bobcats.
Not a sight you want to see if you're the Pitt Panthers. Mers coming into this game, leads this team in points with 21 and goals with 12. Got it over his okay. Tell you what, Matt Snyder probably just had his life flash before his eyes right there on that Hazel slap shot. Hazel came in stride and took that slap shot from about 7 or 8 feet in front of the net. That shot had some mustard on it.
That is a scary man, both on and off the ice. An intimidating guy. Nicest kid you'd ever want to meet, but if you ran into him in a dark alley, I'd be terrified. Grant Hayes is a big boy.
I don't want to see him on a sheet ice.
It's all fun and games here, folks. We love you, Grant. Having a great season for the Bobcats. Tyler Harkins with the puck with speed through the neutral zone. Ahead was Rudin, and we'll get a whistle here on the offside play. 13:52 remaining in the period and in game action. 10-shot advantage for the Bobcats as they're ahead 26-16 in that category.
Play starting to kind of slow down in pace at this point. Ohio able to score those 3 quick goals to begin this period.
Rudin taken down off the draw, and he'll return the favor to number 7, Jared Carl. The two take a tumble, but Ohio musters some strength and moves that puck ahead. That was Lubin, who had his attempt out front picked off by the Panthers. Pitt goes the other way with it. Carl meets the puck at the hash in the Bobcat zone. And Tom McCorney will collect it as it flutters loose. Harkins picks it up at the blue line. He'll turn and look for a man. He finds one in Fiala. Fiala off the boards. Touch play there by Lubin, almost around number 3, Antil. But Brooks recovers and keeps Lubin off the puck. Into the slot. Shot there by Harkins as that puck came through traffic to the stick of number 22. He was all alone in front of Snyder.
Yeah,
and
don't
he got
tell
it.
Harkins the Cats are at 3. You know he wants that 3rd point of the night.
Got the sense he was a little trigger happy. If he would have assessed the option, he might have been able to walk that one in a little bit deeper. But nonetheless, a great opportunity for Harkins. Already the beneficiary of a goal tonight, looking for his 2nd of the evening. And Ohio out there with a 3rd line, Black engaging down low, pressuring number
Good board play
13.
from Cody Black right there. Really impressive stuff. Great defensive player to secure possession of that puck. Here comes Elmore.
Elmore wide. Fans on the pass toward the slot. And Lampron will come in to help clean it up. Kicks out to the Panthers, and that is cleanup with the puck. Up ahead for Bosnick. Nice play by Fiala to draw the puck loose. And Elmore will take it, and he'll get smothered by Mers. But he moves it along for Frank. And walking over the blue line is number 21, Zach Frank. He loses the puck, but Crandall's there for the assist as he picks it up and comes down low with it. Wraps it and tries to sneak it past Nader. 29 for the Panthers was there for the save and the whistle.
Frank, a name you mentioned there on that last shift, having one of his best games as a Bobcat tonight, opened the scoring for Ohio. Carrying that puck into the zone there. He's going to get a face-off chance here.
Frank will stay out with Crandall and Harkins. Houston and Hazel flank up top. And a great keep there by Houston off the face-off win for the Bobcats. Frank looks on and pressures Lesnak, and he wins that battle. Zach Frank with 1 whack, 2 whacks, finally able to jar that puck loose, but not before it comes back to Lesnak's stick, and the Panthers get out of the zone. Harkins picks it off at the red line, comes in, and a great backhand opportunity, displaying the hands there as he went from forehand to backhand, almost fooling Snyder.
Really smart play by Harkins there, too, to put that shot on a path that would create a rebound off the pad there at Snyder. Good scoring opportunity from 22. He's been everywhere. Gotta think he's one of the first stars today.
Ohio out on the first line as Mike Pulisic takes the draw. Interesting to see that Pulisic is the centerman here tonight. Normally that's Gianni Evangelisi's position. We didn't receive word that there was going to be any swap prior to the game, but he has taken all the draws. He's done a pretty good job too.
Yeah, he has.
And the puck is at his skates as Mike Pulisic watches Evangelisi take it low. And he'll circle back around for help. And back to Pulisic. Goes the puck. Turns off a man. Back for Evangelisi. To the slot. Timmy Tano chunked one as, oh my goodness, Grant Hazel put a man through the ice. That was Carl, who took another one from Houston, and they're going to get him for that one. He is having a rough shift. Jeez. Oh, man. I think the entire building stopped for a second.
Yeah, I think that one registered on the Richter scale. Grant Hazel just laying it on right there. I mean, you got to keep your head up. It is a dangerous liability if you do not when number 3 is on the ice. The train is coming to the station.
Wow, that is what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Grant Hazel almost ending Jerry Carl's life there on that big hit. Happy to see him back up, though. That could have gone the opposite way, and it could have been ugly. a hard hit his head off the ice, but he gets right back up. So that's good news. But Grant Hazel, oh my goodness, I can't get over it. That was incredible. That was a big hit.
Don't forget he took that hit from Houston as well immediately after that.
And Houston, with that high hit, will head to the box. Panthers back on the power play. Their fourth opportunity of the night. Have yet to score as Mers sends one to the corner in the Bobcat zone. And he can't keep that puck away from Black. Loses his stick, and Cody Black will get pressured by Mers from the back end all the way behind Snyder and back up to the neutral zone. Matt Rudin picks the puck up. A nice move, almost makes Mers lose his footing. Number 24 able to regain his feet and move back to the ice. Bobcats doing a good job killing off the first 40 seconds of this power play for the Panthers. But Pitt forges ahead as Teep walks into the zone. Centers one for Oldeker. Shot there over an outstretched Jimmy Thomas. And he has a ton of bodies out in front. We'll see if he can make a play on the puck. More than a few Panthers down low as Oldeker whiffs on one. And he had an empty cage. He'd like that one back. And he'll have another opportunity as he takes a shot blocked there by Rudin. And number 27's failing it.
Thomas is hearing it from the Bird Arena crowd. Big encouragement here. Looks like Rudin might have been banged up on that last play.
Matt Rudin blocking that shot and clenching his waist as he comes back to the bench. We'll keep you folks updated on his status. I'm sure it was a stinger, but cannot feel good. Nonetheless, Jimmy Thomas making some big saves, a game down low. Brett Oldeker had all day on the back post, could not collect the puck, and in turn could not get the shot off. So the Bobcats will take it in the Panthers' end as the faceoff came back down towards Snyder.
Good penalty killing by Brian Lubin. What else is new?
Number 10 working off two Panthers and continuing to pressure as he separates Bosnick from the puck. Ohio able to get the puck back in the blue and gold zone once more. And here is Lesnak taking a big hit there by Fiala. He stays on his feet as he deposits the puck to Bosnick. Over to Rodolfi. And back over for Antill as he walks the red line and surveys his options. Sneaks one through the center of the ice. Played cleanly by Thomas and left for his defenseman. And a good kill by Ohio as they keep Pitt off the board again. 0 for 4 on the power play are the Panthers. And Derek Lesnak certainly wished that they could get one of those back as they find themselves in a 3-0 deficit here with about 7 minutes, 45 seconds remaining.
A lot of chances Pitt's going to want back. It's been a number of bad breaks within the night, whether it's a puck going off the stick, a bad block, or any sort of bad break.
Gross skates toward the puck and picks it up. Over to Lampron as he walks into the zone. Left for Black, and he could not get much on that slap shot attempt. Over the skate of Gross and out of the zone, back into the Bobcats' end for Sean Bayard. Elmore around fair. A sweeping shot there by Elmore as he falls to his feet. And that Snyder squeezes it in the logo for a save and a whistle.
Elmore with a really nice, powerful shot there. Curling the stick up, putting all of his 6'5" frame behind it. Nice shot on that Snyder. Pulls it in, freezes it. We got a face-off coming up. Looks like it's going to be Zach Frank taking it 4 wide.
And Harkins has double shifted for most of the night, playing with both the Frank line and the Lubin line. And he has been a difference maker here. Really like what this fourth line has been able to do tonight. Obviously, Frank getting rewarded for his efforts on the stat sheet, but even guys like Drew Crandall are having a great game here. And some leveling of Pitt players, and we're going to get another brawl here. Tom Picorni not afraid to engage. Coming off a semester-long suspension. We heard him get into some trouble over the weekend against Lindenwood too. Not afraid to engage at all is Tom Picorni.
Harkins took a knee hit there. I don't know if it was intentional. Picorni never afraid to answer the bell.
Murr's going to have to collect himself after Picorni gave him a good rabble-rousing. He will head to the box along with number 4, Tom Picorni. And both sides will await official confirmation about what's going to transpire here.
Looks like Bird Arena Rex is going to have a visit with the penalized pit player.
Bird Arena Rex tapping on the glass, being an agitator as usual. Says in his Twitter bio, that's what he's here for. Certainly doing a good job as both sides figure it out.
Looks like both guys are going to get the game. Probably the right call.
Not a bad decision. You talk about trying to keep it even, trying to keep it intact. You don't want to see this really boil over at any point. Not the end of the game yet, but with 6 minutes, 50 seconds left and a 3-goal lead, Ohio looking like a solid bet to come away with a victory here tonight. Pitt is going to have to get a little bit scrappy, but they need to do it cleanly.
Yeah, hockey's a physical game, and we love the plays like Grant Hazel laying his whole body into people, but at the end of the day, don't want to see anyone get hurt, especially on a dub. Good scrap.
The refs taking extra time to make sure that they're all on the same page here. Both teams will head to the bench for a quick word with the coaching staff. The Bobcats will meet the refs on the ice first here as Crandall, Harkins, and Frank come back out.
Interesting line combination here. Maybe Ohio's going to have to kill penalty. Maybe that's why they're going with these 4. Harkins not a guy you get to see play with Frank or Crandall often, if at all, really.
No, I think that Coach Hogan really hit the button right with those guys on the same line here tonight. They've complemented each other well. Tyler Harkins has been that greasy, nose down, get to the net guy. Zach Frank has been the guy to dig it out, and Drew Crandall has been a little bit of each.
True grit performance here in Science C Bird Arena. 60th season of hockey here in the Athens community. A year-long celebration.
Yep. Special stuff if you're a fan of Ohio. And even if you're coming out to just get out of the house, we're happy that you joined us here at Bird, a packed house again. Tomorrow's going to be another special night as 3 Hall of Fame inductees are enshrined in Ohio's ring. And that's going to be a really fun time. I think they're going to have a dinner after tonight's game. They're going to have a luncheon tomorrow afternoon for the Hall of Famers. And it's a great opportunity for these guys to really get to know Ohio's hockey's history, to get to meet some of these guys that they hear about every so often. So really special stuff.
And all the alumni, a lot of them anyway, look at the coach's office. It is packed to the rafters with alumni, former Bobcats.
Yeah, I saw Bird Arena Rex on Twitter the other night with a couple Bobcat alumni at the Blue Jackets game too, so maybe they made that a couple day-long or a week-long celebration. Very nice for the organization indeed. But Ohio has the puck again in the Panther zone. Houston with the shot and watched into the glove by Snyder for the whistle. Jake Houston with a quick wrister from the blue line. We've seen him find the back of the net a few times this year. Double-digit goal scorer last year. Not quite the same offensive production that we saw during his rookie season, but Jake Houston is somebody that you always got to watch out for. He can put the puck in from anywhere.
Particularly on the power play, Shane. He is second on the team in power play goals with 3.
Mike Pulisic collects it down low. Back to Evangelesti behind the net. Up top for Bayard. And a shot by Bayard is patted away by Snyder. Comes to the right corner. And Ohio will chase on as Rodolfi takes the puck and watches Teep chase it in the corner. Shot there by Pulisic on the kick out from the corner. A quick attempt by number 28. Snyder was there for the save, but he cannot stop Timmy Turneau. Number 2 on the evening for big time Timmy Tim.
Good stuff from Turneau. Has found himself in a top 6 role this season, able to get that puck right in the middle of the ice, let it rip right away. Textbook snapshot. Pats are up for it. Everyone's happy at the bird arena, smiles all around. 5:29 left. You got to think that just about does it.
Beautiful, beautiful shot there by Turneau. Put it top shelf, short side where Grandma keeps her cookies. Matt Snyder couldn't do anything about that. Just a perfectly placed shot by Turneau for the 4-goal advantage for the Cats. His second of the evening, his 6th of the year. And Ohio is getting the fat lady warmed up now. Fiala has the puck at his stick through the neutral zone. Engaging are the Panthers. They'll be able to keep it out of their end, but not before Tyler Harkins is able to take a feed and walk it in. Shot there by Lubin. Another attempt by number 10. Blockered away by Snyder. Lubin with the puck at his stick again as it comes back out and is picked up by Karazi. He's dragged down by Houston, and Houston's throwing his hands up as Karazi's skate is tied up with Houston's stick. Finally able to jar it loose as Harkins has the puck in the Panthers zone. And some miscommunication between he and Houston as Pitt's able to come out of their end with it. That is Milan walking toward the center of the ice. A weak backhand to the crease of Jimmy Thomas. And with 4 minutes and 19 seconds left, he will fall in it for a whistle.
I was really taking control of this game the last 10 minutes. Hit with very few shots, if any at all. The last couple minutes of this period, Jimmy Thomas 18 for 18 saves in net. And you really look back on that first period, the number of big saves that Jimmy Thomas made. Certainly a huge part of Ohio being up 4 and at this point.
Shot there by Lampron as he swooped in from the far side, drove the net. Big save by Snyder, keeping it 4-0 with 4 minutes remaining in the period. Garrett Elmore turns around in the neutral zone with it. He'll lose it at center red to Brett Odeker. And Odeker with speed and some prowess coming behind Jimmy Thomas and leaving that puck for Lesnak. He'll lose it off his stick to Gabe Lampron, who will dump it out of the zone cleanly and head back to the bench. Played up ahead and skating nicely with it is number 27, Craig Mazzata. He'll move around a couple guys, and Ohio will have the puck.
Seems like after Cordy and Murs were sent off for the game, this game's really calmed down quite a bit. Now really after the whistle scrums or anything of that nature.
It's kind of quiet in here right now, Ethan. And not the normal 2 or 3 minutes remaining and 4 goals up type crowd, if you will. Normally a little more raucous, but these two teams kind of lulling each other here over the last couple of minutes. I think Pitt knows that their fate is probably sealed here in terms of coming back and winning this game. They'll look ahead to tomorrow night and try to eat out the last 2 minutes and 45 seconds of this clock, finish on a positive note, and the Bobcats will do the same.
Yeah, definitely going to be a tough task for Pitt tomorrow. This Ohio team's going to be extremely motivated with the Hall of Fame induction and that lunch. I'm sure there'll be some great speakers. They're going to want to come out here and dominate this game. So they have another tall task in front of them Saturday night.
Houston playing the role of winger down low there, up from his normal defensive position. He'll head back as Mike Palasic comes toward the middle of the ice. Cannot connect with Timmy Turneau on the pass attempt. And the Bobcats will have to regroup as Brett O'Connor picks it off behind the net, turns around with it, and Jimmy Thomas makes the save. Odeker with a nice attempt there, and he'll have the puck on his stick once again as he leaves it for Milan down low. Odeker takes attempt at one and cannot connect. The Bobcats get it back out. Mike Palasic leaves it for Evangelisi. The two not able to find any harmony there on that play. The Bobcats will have to regroup and enter the zone once more. Gross with the puck. Walking toward the middle of the ice. Shot there. Batted down by Snyder, and it comes to the crease. We'll get a whistle. That puck was along the goal line, and a ton of bodies fell on it. I'm not sure where it ended up, but I definitely saw it loose right around the goal line area.
I think Snyder may have froze that one before it finally crossed the line. Minute 43 left.
Snyder with his best snow angel attempt there as he went on all fours to try to make that save. Number 29 has been very solid tonight for the Panthers. 32 of 36 shots deflected away from the net, but Ohio able to squeak 4 by him, and that has been all the difference here as they look to finish off the Panthers here tonight in front of a sold-out Bird Arena crowd. Shot there, kicked out by Snyder. Lubin can't connect, but he'll take it on the turnover by Teep. Teep can get it to the blue line and no further. Nice keep there by Gross. Harkins finds Lubin down low, tried to tuck it, and he sends it Feifel, squeezing the legs together with Snyder for the whistle.
Ryan Lubin is all effort, all the time. Just a minute and 19 seconds left in the game. Lubin wanted that way, put his team on 5, get himself a goal.
Brian Lubin is a workout freak from what I hear. He is one of the most in-shape kids on the team. And that certainly does pay dividends in games like this where you're able to have that energy with time ticking off the clock in the third period. You're still fresh. Shot there off the rebound. That was number 18, Cody Black, who left one for Lampron. And don't put a damper on Gabe Lampron. 8th goal of the season, sending the Bobcats fans home happy. 5-0 is the lead, and with a minute left, I think this one's over.
Yeah, I would say that is the cherry on top. Lampron, middle of the ice after a sweet pass from Cody Black. Everyone's fired up. It's loud in here. It's Friday night. It's a 5-0 Bobcats victory at this point. You gotta love it.
And all that's left to do for Ohio is to eat up a minute of clock, and they'll be on their way to their 19th win of the season. An impressive one at that. An early hockey game that saw really some even match teams play, but Ohio able to jump out in the third period, get 2 early goals, score 2 more after that, put this one completely out of reach. Really doing a good job separating themselves from the pack.
Yeah, huge third period. We've heard Sean Hogan talk about how his team gets better as the game goes on. All years tonight, a good example of that.
Bobcats win the face-off, play pinballs around in the neutral zone before Fiella will go back to retrieve the puck as it comes across the blue line in the Bobcats' end. Pulisic overskates his man. That is number 21, Michael Klina. But he's able to recollect the puck and leave it for Drew Crandall. Wide is number 15, and he'll send one toward the net, picked up behind it by Zach Frank, and up for Mike Pulisic. A nice turn and burn there by number 28. Some stick moves to get around a couple defenders. He'll walk with it to the other side of the ice, up top for Bayard, to the slot, and Crandall will take a whack at it. Looks as though Frank will try to collect it down low, can't get a stick on it, and the Panthers, with 5 seconds left, get the puck out of the zone, but cannot come back as Ohio, with a 1-0 lead at the end of 2, capitalizes the victory by adding 4 more goals in the third period, Ethan. 5-0 is the final score. Shots 40-20 in favor of the Bobcats. An all-around team victory here tonight. Up and down the lineup, you saw guys contribute.
Yeah, an explosive third period. In my opinion, the turning point in this game was Kyler Harkins scoring that goal. He was going back and forth with some of the PITT players early in the shift, gets that goal. Huge celebration down the ice. Team's fired up. I think that was pretty much the dagger there for Ohio tonight. Huge 5-0 win. Jimmy Thomas, 5th shutout of the season. Good stuff from number 30. The backbone of this team. You look at what he was able to do in this first period. I'd say 2 or 3 goals, 2 or 3 really great scoring chances. Now Jimmy Thomas, you're looking at a different hockey game tonight, Shane.
And I really let my superstitions get the best of me there. Obviously, I was aware of the fact that Jimmy had a shutout go and didn't want to say anything about it. I'm glad that you did, because Jimmy Thomas deserves all the accolades he's going to get tonight and all the accolades he's received all season long. His 5th shutout of the year, the 2nd in his last 4 games. Things have been a little up and down the last few weeks for JT. He gave up 5 goals in both Lindenwood games, but he has sandwiched together a couple really nice games here at Bird Arena. First shutting out the Cyclones last Friday, turning around, doing it again this Friday. So special stuff for number 30. You'd like to think that he might get the start again tomorrow night. But if he doesn't, he really has had a great last couple of weeks.
What about this stuff from number 16, Timmy Thurneau tonight? 2 goals, one of his best games as Bobcat.
Timmy Thurneau was electric. Let me say that. First of all, smart play on the first goal to get to the front of the net, to keep your stick down. He is open all day on that back door. All that was left was the gravy across the ice, and the Bobcats were able to connect on that sauce over to Timmy Thurneau. He picks it up, buries it, 5th goal of the season. Just like that, you blink it and you look at the stat sheet and it says 6, because he was able to get another one there in the 3rd period, putting Ohio up 4-0, and really kind of providing the final dagger in the proverbial coffin. Obviously, the 5th goal by Lampron really sealed the deal, but I think it was over after Timmy Thurneau's 4th. So special stuff by the Bobcats. First line looked good. Didn't need Gianni Evangelisi tonight. He really was kind of an ancillary piece, if you will. Something that we're not really accustomed to seeing. We used to see him take over those games, but it was nice to see the Bobcats facilitate the puck and get those other guys involved.
Yeah, Evangelista didn't play his normal amount of minutes. Obviously still hurting a little bit from that shoulder injury last weekend. But I think something that is also extremely important, in addition to Jimmy Thomas's great performance in net, is the penalty killing of this team. I mean, not only did they kill penalties, but they came out with them scoring opportunities on the penalty kill as well. Yeah,
86% heading into the night. 4 power play opportunities for Pitt. All successful kills by the Bobcats. That number's going to go up. And the power play didn't get an opportunity tonight, but you certainly like what the special teams was able to do. When they were on the ice shorthanded, they made the necessary stops. And when they were on the ice at even strength, they did the job as well. So good stuff for the Bobcats tonight. As we look forward to tomorrow night, we're going to have Hall of Fame inductions probably at the end of the first period, I would imagine, maybe pregame. We'll see how that goes. I believe last year it was done at the end of the first intermission. So that's something to look forward to, folks. Certainly going to be another exciting atmosphere here. We have 3 great inductees. Ethan, if you want to kind of briefly break down who's going to be in.
Yeah, Brett Johnston, great defensive player during the 90s here at Bird Arena. Bobcats former head coach Craig McCarthy called Johnston one of the most dominant players he's ever seen at any level of hockey. Bill Gurnick, the Sheik, an outstanding player, once made 136 saves over 2 nights of play back when Ohio was kind of getting their footing. That is just insane. Hopefully we get a chance to ask him about those 2 or 3 nights there. I mean, 136 saves, we don't see that across 3 or 4 games. That's just unheard of.
I think the funniest part about that stat, we talked about this a couple times this week, but the funniest part about that stat was that he made 136 saves and still gave up 20 goals. Ohio lost both of those games, but you just couldn't imagine facing 150 plus shots in 2 games. Oh man, to make any saves in that situation would be remarkable. So Bill the Sheik Gurnick, certainly somebody we're looking forward to. Tiff Cook as well.
Tiff Cook, another goaltender. The latter part of the 70s here at Ohio University, able to come in, and I believe he coached as well here at Ohio University.
He did for a couple of years.
Has the highest winning
91.
percentage, 85 and 17, I think it was highest winning percentage of any coach in Ohio Bobcats history. The history of this grade spans 60 years, and we're celebrating that this weekend. So if you can, come on out to the rink tomorrow night. It's going to be special.
Ethan, what's 85 divided by 17? Quick math.
Oh, I don't know. 833?
It's 5. 5-0 was the final score tonight here, Ethan. We'll come back tomorrow with some more coverage on Ohio Bobcats hockey pregame show starting at 7 o'clock. We'll have the puck drop for you at 7:30. And as always, a quick follow-up following the game. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight with Ethan Graham. I am Shane Dazen. We'd like to thank all of you guys for watching. We'd like to thank our crew for putting together another great broadcast. We'll be back again same time tomorrow, Knuckleheads.
understand why nothing works. One, two, three, mic check.
Jessica Stark here with head coach Sean Hogan, and Bobcats take a 5-0 lead over Pitt tonight. So the penalty kill was a prominent factor in tonight's game. How do you feel the special teams have been performing at the start of the second half of the season?
Well, tonight our penalty kill was pretty good. I still think we gave up too many chances. I don't think we're jumping pucks quick enough, and we're not blocking enough shots. I think Jimmy held us in the game early. I don't think we played well. And Jimmy Thomas played great for us and held us in the game. And I think as the game wore on, we started to establish that we were the better team and started creating more chances. But it took us a little too long to get going.
Yeah, so Jimmy made a total of 40 saves tonight, and he's been a very prominent factor in your defense. So do you have any other anything to say about him? Any else? How he's doing?
He's doing a great job. I think it's his 5th or 6th shutout of the year. If it's his 6th, he ties the record in Ohio hockey history. I believe it's his 6th. It might still be his 5th. I got to look it up. But yeah, I'm real proud of Jimmy. Jimmy's been solid all year long. He's been our backstop back there. He's done a great job for us.
So Tom Picorni is back in the lineup for the second half of the season. So how do you think his contributions are these past couple games?
I think Tommy has the ability to be a really good player for us. We got to learn to stay out of the box. He's starting taking too many penalties, and he gets a little emotionally charged. And we continue to work with him on it. And once he understands what his role is, I think he'll really be a prominent player for us. But we got to continue to work on it.
So you guys scored 4 out of the 5 goals in the third period. So did you see a change of momentum among the guys coming into the third?
Yeah, well, we talked about after the second period about keeping the game simple. I thought we were mistaking what creativity is and then low percentage plays. We were making a lot of low percentage plays. Doesn't always have to be a home run pass. We can't score. We're not going to score from our own end. So you got to make 2 or 3 passes, get up the ice, and create offensive opportunities that way. And we scored off the middle lane drive twice. So right at the beginning of the third. And I think that's when we're at our best, is when we're doing that.
So you guys will keep that momentum going into the game tomorrow night, and it's alumni night here, alumni weekend for Bobcat hockey. So do you guys have a lot of fun things planned with alumni? Or?
Yeah, we do. So after this, we're going to go over to the Conacher Alumni Hall. We'll have a chili dinner and have a kind of a social with the alums. And tomorrow we'll do our Hall of Fame luncheon, and there's a pregame social at the Pigskin for the alums. And then on the ice we'll honor Ryan Johnston, Tiff Cook, and Bill Gurnick for the Hall of Fame. So I'm excited about that.
Awesome. Sounds like a great weekend. Thank you for this, and we'll see you tomorrow night.